Oh man, back with another episode. A lot of madness going on, man. But we here. Usually the whole cast will be here. Everybody's taking their time, but me and Penny here. Off the call, half show up. We got some real guest stars in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? Got my dog Larry. What's good? Disgruntled
What's happening?
Panther fan.
As you can see, I'm still rapping though.
Man, we got Koji. His internet doing whatever it's doing right now. So we'll see. We'll get him back in, hopefully. But we got a lot of topics. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of topics, but there's some shit that we can talk about, man. For us in the world of entertainment that's going on. There he is.
No, I had to get off that bullshit Wi-Fi, man, for that shit even start. Because that's the only thing that keep me from doing it. Fucking Wi-Fi keep lagging.
So, what y'all want to get into? Y'all want to get into sports first? Or what y'all want to talk about entertainment? What we doing?
Man, just open that bitch up, man, and stop acting like a little bitch.
Oh shit!
I don't know,
That's how we
man.
coming?
I don't know what to really talk about though, because
Hey,
a lot of bullshit.
I'm off shrooms, everything. So it's
a lot of bullshit going on everywhere though.
So that's what I'm saying. When you tiptoeing around for, bust that bitch open.
I don't know where to start. Baker ain't got $100 million contract.
What?
In Tampa, 50 mil guaranteed, 3 years.
100 mil. Oh. And how you feel about that?
Well, I mean, saying 100 mil, man, that is misleading. What we need to talk about is the guarantee, because I mean, do we expect Baker Mayfield to be leading the league?
Is the guarantee like 50 mil? I think.
Did they sign Mike Evans back?
They already signed him. They signed him, I believe, like 2 years, 3 year, like 75 million something.
I don't see why he couldn't. We didn't expect him to do what he did this year, and he is a former first overall pick.
Yeah, I mean, I expected him to do it though. Like, I feel like this with Baker, right? People praising him about this year, but it's like he played so bad throughout his career that him having a decent season looks good.
Good, right?
It's just like, nah, pussy. You was supposed to have been playing like this. You was a first overall pick. Now him getting the money that he's getting, I mean, is warranted. He's a first overall pick.
Right.
And he did what he needed to do to get another contract. That team was some shit, and then he did bring some fire to it. I'm not finna sit there and just downplay the man and be like, oh, anybody could have went over there, because I love Jameis. Jameis was some shit over there. You know what I'm saying? So
he couldn't see.
Yeah. I mean,
he had to get
whatever the case was.
And he never got another chance. Don't do Jameis like that.
I don't know. He got his chance in.
Remember the code now.
No, don't get me wrong. He got another chance in New Orleans though, and he still looked like some shit.
He was 5-2 and he lost his job to injury.
Then he comes back and still look like some shit.
Nah.
He get a chance, because that's one thing about football, right? You could be like, oh, he lost his shit due to injury, and then he gets it right back due to injury, and then
5-2. I'd rather have him than spent all that money for Derek Carr.
Shit, 5-2. Shit, Cooper Rush did that.
We ain't talking about Cooper Rush. We talking about
a lot of. I mean, I could just pull up a lot of QBs that go on them little.
But
streaks like what they do.
You being a man of results, and it's ironic that we're talking about this, because I was gonna say about the Baker situation. You're spot on. Like, he's in line for that. He just took the unconventional route to get there. Like, whereas he would have stayed with one team and got even more, he had to bump his head.
I mean, they didn't even help him though. It helps him running the fucking air raid over there at Tampa Bay versus that 3 tight end set bullshit they used to do in Cleveland. Now, I will say this with people: you gotta be fair across the board. Now, you can't make that man go from running a 5-out spread at Oklahoma, and then you throw him over there at Cleveland, and now you got 3 tight ends out there running with Nicky Chubb. You know what I mean? Oh, bro, why you not knowing what you doing over there at Oklahoma? I could feel Baker like, shit, nigga, this ain't the same offense. Like, what the fuck? It's so like 85 tight ends out here. Like,
let me ask you a question. So the last 3 quarterbacks, unless I'm forgetting one, was TB12, Jameis before that, and then Baker. Like, is it the system that they run down there in Tampa? Because or is it Baker? Because all of them put up numbers. Like
Yeah,
Jameis
it's a
might have.
system. They run that. That's why Brady got into it with Bruce Arians, because Brady don't like that system. They chunk the shit deep all day, throwing deep balls and
air
posting.
raid.
And Brady don't like that shit. Brady said it's not football. He said you need some sort of quick game in there.
Let me ask you, what is
Well,
it
Brady ain't got no arm like that.
He do got an arm. Brady do got an arm.
I said like that. Like that. Brady.
I try to tell folks this. Brady got arms like with the top of him. He just chooses to use them fucking mechanics, like them textbook mechanics. He was drafted by the Expos. Like
Brady, let's be real, man. We can be real. Brady don't have an arm like Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had a laser rocket. What's that commercial he said? I got a laser rocket arm, whatever. Peyton Manning had that. But Tom Brady was good at managing the mechanics of the game. He understood, hey, if I'm able to manipulate this, not only is this going to prolong my career, but I also can manipulate the game flow. And he was correct with that. Look at what the end result was, how many championships he has. But to be honest, let's be real. Even though Tom Brady does have a big league arm, he ain't got no damn and he never had no damn laser
that's not
rocket
what he's
arm.
gonna be. That's not what he's gonna be known for. In other words,
Right.
Like you could.
I mean, the only reason he's not known for it because he's just so cerebral. But I'm trying to tell you, he got drafted in baseball.
But Bama, we're agreeing with you. We're agreeing with you. We're saying that he chose to take the superpower and learn how to distribute it evenly to make a situational, adaptable quarterback. Whereas, let's just say Byron Leftwich, you're gonna know he got a cannon arm. Like he comes with that. You see what I'm saying? So,
but what I'm trying to explain though is Brady is gonna throw the same dishes as Patrick Mahomes, though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the same. The power is there because if you look at 2007, it wasn't a pass that Randy Moss had to slow down for.
But is that more timing or actually power?
It's debatable. It's debatable.
I mean,
come on, man. We don't gotta do this, man. We don't gotta do this. We don't have to water down Tom Brady to take away from. He's great, but to try to pretend like his arm and his physicality is the same as Patrick Mahomes, man, what the fuck we doing, man? He not.
No,
he never been.
He just don't throw off platform like him. That's why I say his fundamentals. Like that's why I say people get mixed up in his fundamentals, right? Because it's no coincidence if you look at towards the tail end of their careers, the person who you say had a stronger arm than him, his arm died out and he had to use steroids. Peyton Manning. Versus Tom Brady paid all the way to 45 and he's still throwing them same deep passes, same posts, same 15-yard outs, same dig. So it's like you can't tell me that dude who arm died out got a stronger arm than the dude arm that did die out, and he played 7 more years after.
Didn't his arm die out because of injury though? Like didn't he have like
yes, I can.
That's not you.
You
were going someplace because you said that. You could have left that
out. That was from his neck. That was from his neck, and then he came back and had a solid season.
If you ain't got no damn neck,
family, your neck. Hey, I'm going through that right now.
No. I will let y'all. I will let y'all get that off if he didn't go to the Super Bowl with them, and they had the top passing offense. What was the end result? But regardless, they still led the league in passing.
Yeah, until it was
that goes to your point. This is what I'm saying. But look, this is where I'm finna walk y'all down there. He led the league in passing. The year what I'm talking about, where that arm died out, you see the following year that nigga had to retire. And they had
time out. Can I say something? Can I say something? You just gave me what I was gonna use. Like you just made your point. You started with saying Brady lasted like 7 more years. That's because of what you said. Like he didn't have anything to deter him from continuing that path. Peyton got hurt, knew the end was near, and probably just maxed out for the last 2 years. So I'm not sure that. I was with you on your point because I'm gonna say that if Mahomes stood next to Brady and the object was who could throw the ball faster, Brady could probably be in the same realm. Like you know what I mean? So that's
they both got drafted in baseball though.
Yeah,
That's why I
like,
take a lot of weight
but
in it.
whoever came
They
out
don't
with,
they don't draft weak arms.
Why we
Yeah,
gotta
but-
do this, man? Why we gotta do this?
no, yeah,
You
whoever
gotta
said,
do that. You
just
gotta play
came
that.
out-
You gotta
just
take
came-
that in consideration.
This man just came out defending Brady. Nobody disrespected
Brady
Brady's arm.
mechanically.
I'm not saying
does
nobody let's stay on topic. What I'm talking about is y'all talking about his arm. Penny was talking about his arm, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, don't get construed on his fundamentals. He still has an
I get
elite
it.
rocket launcher.
He
No,
does.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But
Oh,
what
guys are-
specifically?
So what I'm
do.
trying to explain to you, right?
Go
So
ahead,
what I'm
go
trying to
ahead.
explain to you, you could take the strongest arm quarterback you think it is, and Brady is still going to be in the same stratosphere with him. So that's why I use Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Regardless of how
We're not
Mahomes throws the
disagreeing
ball,
with the
regardless of
stratosphere,
how Mahomes throws the ball, with
That's
his
what I'm
top
saying.
platform,
Nobody was disagreeing with
or
that.
Nobody's
under,
disagreeing
I'm trying
with
to
that.
explain to you his arm strength is if Mahomes is a 99, Brady's is a 98 or a 98.5 if you just want to
Just say you met Tom Brady and you
no,
like him,
no,
man.
I know this is a pattern.
Nobody was nobody.
Literally,
Nobody's
it's
disagreeing with
but
that.
no,
You just
but this is what I
opened
said.
up proving that
It's a
point.
pattern with the strong arm quarterbacks where you said Peyton Manning had a stronger arm than Brady.
He did.
He did.
All of them niggas that don't get drafted in baseball, they have parts of their career where them arms die out.
Nobody's
Big
gonna
That's
draft
not the
Peyton.
point. This is what I'm.
Hold up.
You
They
listen to
Manning,
what you want
They
to
are
listen to.
weak arm quarterbacks
Nobody's
that
gonna
just
draft
had
Peyton
the
Manning.
skill.
Nobody's
Huh?
drafting Peyton Manning in the MLB because of his lineage. Like, there's no chance that Archie Manning's son is gonna go play baseball. Why waste our time? So you telling me that Russell Wilson
What?
got drafted? It's a lot of players that got drafted by the Major League Baseballs. You telling me Peyton
Yeah.
couldn't have done that? There's no point to waste your time. You
Listen.
saw Eli got on the podium and said, "I'm not even going to that team." In the
Listen,
NFL?
listen. Correct. Listen.
Baseball plays way
Hold
pays
on.
more
Let
money
me tie
than
it in. Let me
what-
tie it in.
Yeah, but
nobody
the tutelage,
saying that
man,
Peyton
Archie.
Manning. Listen,
Go ahead,
nobody
Ken.
saying that Peyton Manning was a better athlete than Tom Brady.
No,
I
No
didn't say-
one
no,
saying
he probably
that.
is though.
What
he
I
probably
am
is. I just
specifically-
said Brady has
listen
a
to me,
stronger
but
arm.
listen
Wait,
to me.
let him
What
finish,
I am specifically telling you is that Peyton Manning, especially pre-injury, had a stronger arm than Tom Brady, and this ain't no cap. We don't need to even entertain that. Like that is just a fact.
But Bam,
That's
to
just
make
what
your
it
point,
was.
to
I don't
make
think
your
it was
point,
a
Bam, all Bam, that's a fact. And all Bam is saying is he would still be in the same stratosphere, and nobody's denying that.
Nobody's
Like,
denying that.
If you took
What-
Peyton, if you took Tom Brady, look, we're giving you this. Tom Brady may well be all of the quarterbacks put in one. Instead of saying, I'm going to lean on this strong arm, I'm going to learn how to play the game, like when to use it, when not to use it, put touch here. He probably the best at doing that, and that's what the results say. So we're giving you everything you're saying. We understand what you're saying, but you can't take what you're saying and let it overshadow your judgment when you're saying who had a stronger arm, Peyton or Tom. Come on, man. Peyton got in a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to tell
trouble
you,
because of that
Tom got a stronger arm than Peyton.
No, he got a strong. No. He got a
Tom
stronger.
had to rely on that arm.
He got a stronger arm in the sense to his career and the longevity of it.
Yes.
But if you're sitting here saying who got more velocity at their peak, come on, man.
Come on, man.
I got it on Brady.
Don't mix the
07
line.
Brady.
Don't mix. Don't mix. Listen, don't
You
mix
was right
the
here,
logic
man.
into
Just
making
wait.
and try to just shove it into the passion behind it. I get what you're saying. You're saying that he has a stronger arm because of the longevity. Yeah, that makes sense.
No,
But
I'm not
we're
talking about the
who got
longevity.
the stronger arm.
I'm just talking about period. The strong, like arm strength. Period.
Oh
Fuck the
God.
longevity of
I'm
it.
trying to help
I am
you out,
talking
man.
about
I don't
arm
get it.
strength. I'm
don't
just
know.
talking about arm strength. I think he got.
So you
better
think
arm
Tom is
strength
stronger
than
than Peyton? That's what you're saying. You think Tom Brady? I'm asking you. You think Tom Brady's arm is stronger than Peyton Manning's arm?
Yes.
All
Oh
right.
my God. All right, man. Next topic, man. I mean, this.
I respect it. We don't know. We don't know.
No, I do know, man. I do.
Penny. We have to be diplomatic. This is a podcast.
No, I don't have to be diplomatic about what is a working fact. It is a working fact that wide receivers in the NFL will tell you this. All the other things that you're saying, I'm conceding to. Can he be in the is he in the stratosphere? Absolutely. But specifically,
I would say he's in a stratosphere with Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Hey man,
No,
he's
no.
he's past Peyton Manning. That's what I'm
Hey,
trying
you
to
give
explain.
somebody,
to
you
you,
give,
nigga.
hey, you get a boy an inch, he gonna take
Oh
a
my
mile, boy.
Yeah,
God.
you talking about Peyton
Time out.
Manning. I'm over here talking about
Time out.
the real rocket launchers
Oh
out
my
here.
God.
Time out.
Come on,
Time
man.
out. Flag on the play.
I might have to hit you with the silent laugh like Ocho, man. That's just hilarious, man.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, flag. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on. When I think of like
Yeah,
strong
yeah.
stratosphere arms, recently I think Justin Herbert, like the guys you know that just are known for their arm. Brady is not, he's known for just being a winner.
Right. A leader. And that's
and a
that's
leader.
a trait
I
that
just-
you can't teach. And matter of fact, let's
And-
also be real because they haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
Part of Peyton Manning's downfall was he relied too much on his physical arm talent
Right,
to
right,
throw the ball.
Right.
That was his downfall.
He
right.
just wasn't clutch when it came to Brady. That was his downfall. His
So, Bam, are
downfall
you
was
saying-
on his arm. He was one of the more gifted regular season quarterbacks we ever seen. His number
Right.
one downfall is when he got to that playoffs, he was piss poor at decision making.
Why? But why is
He just
that?
wet
Why
the
is that?
bed. It wasn't
If
because
you
of his arm. It
'Cause
literally
he-
wasn't because of his arm.
Because he didn't
think
play
it
the
was
game.
because
We
he
talking about
It
his
was-
arm.
it was-
We talking
it
about
was.
his arm.
He tried
If
to
we
make
talk-
too much happen.
Correct.
So
If
Bam,
we talk-
Let me ask you a question, Bam. Are you essentially saying that we just never got to see that side of Tom Brady because he came in?
We
like-
saw it in 2007.
No, wait,
Literally, we saw it in 2007.
Bam. I get you. I'm just trying to clarify. You're basically saying that Peyton didn't have the common sense or somebody around him to tell him you need to tone that down from the break, whereas Brady came out understanding that. So we just never made that comparison.
Me,
because
myself,
he didn't-
personally, I don't know how to explain it. It's basically like
Yeah.
what Patrick Mahomes do to these quarterbacks of today's era.
Mhm.
Whatever you want to stack up against them, you got a variety of quarterbacks. You got Lamar, you got Josh Allen. Them niggas is magnificent. But what happens down the stretch, some way, somehow, they fumble the fucking bag and they give it right back to Patrick Mahomes, and he do whatever he need to do. Whether that be throw it to Kelsey, whether that be throw it to Mecole Hardman.
I mean, I'll say it was
Valdez
written
Scantling.
for him to do that, but
I mean,
I'll
you-
argue that.
shit.
It's
I don't know.
written. It's written in the script for him to do that. $500 million.
guess.
You gonna win.
I guess
mean,
them
win.
niggas be sucking, dog. They be
You gonna
sucking, dog.
But if we just gonna
You-
play the game and act like it ain't,
I mean,
So-
if we gonna say, if we
Patrick
gonna
Mahomes.
say, if we gonna say, you know what I'm saying, it's a script behind it, cool, whatever. But them niggas be sucking. They suck.
Hey, can I get my live on air? Can I get my credit though? Because you
What?
bashed me, bro. And I told you Lamar was gonna do that. That's just the Ravens. I told you before it happened. Don't believe the hype. Can you just
It
admit
wasn't
that?
no hype. Lamar
Can
just
you
played
wait?
piss poor.
No. Can you just
Heard
admit
down.
that?
Sorry.
Can I have that?
Mm-mm.
Okay, let's move on, Pin.
Because the game was there.
Right.
The game was there to
Let's
be
move
won.
on, Pin. Pin,
Jamal,
let's move on.
Head down.
If the
He
game
didn't-
wasn't
he
there to
didn't
be
do it, though.
won,
It was
he just-
every game is there to be won. What are you saying?
they
The
kept
reason why they
move
lost
on.
that game.
They kept Patrick Mahomes from scoring in the whole second half.
No, Pat.
The
Until
game was
proven
there to be
otherwise,
won.
man. Pat is the apex predator, bro. You can't
The game
argue.
was there to be
Lamar the
won.
reason why they lost that game.
Look,
You
so
said
many
Lamar-
reasons.
You know
So
what?
many
The reason why.
You know what? In that playoff, Lamar showed that he wanted to play like Peyton Manning in the playoffs, and your boy Mahomes showed that, hey, I understand what it is in the playoffs, and I don't have to prove and shove it down everybody's throat about my physical gifts. I'm going to pick and choose when I use this weapon. And that's what made Tom Brady successful. Every quarterback in the NFL, they are big league athletes and quarterbacks, and all of them, for the most part, have a big league arm. Of course, there are some that separate themselves from the others, like Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. But almost all, especially all the starters, can make all of those throws. What it comes down to in the playoffs, and this is what Peyton Manning's Achilles heel was. This is why behavior matters, because Peyton Manning relied upon what made him successful in the regular season. And when it comes to the playoffs, these defensive coordinators, that really is their job. They're going to pick apart every play, every down. They're They're going to look at these motions. They're going to look at man and zone coverage to see what you do, and they're going to bait your ass. And if you don't have the patience to understand what these defensive coordinators are baiting you into doing, and if you always, for the most part, are relying on your arm talent, that shit going to be pick six more than it's not. And that is the dip. That is why Tom Brady is able to be successful, because he's able to regulate his emotions. Hey, I don't gotta show everybody that I got this big league arm like you say that he has, that he does have.
Is
Because
that what
in the
happened in
end,
the Super Bowl when he threw that pick six to the dude? Was it who caught that one for the Saints? When
Tracy
Payne threw that?
Porter.
So
Facts.
is that an example
facts.
of him getting in trouble? Because they should have won that game.
No.
Facts.
What that
Yes,
was,
it was.
what that was is he just had it in his head that he was just finna go to that, and that DB watched it, and he was sitting right there in zone, and he ate that shit up. Peyton
But I
Manning knew
think that's
better than
what
to throw
Penny's
that shit.
saying. The thing that would have
That's
you
what I'm
make that
saying.
mistake is
But
believing
but that's not even
arm.
relying on his arm though.
No,
Like,
he believes in his arm, so he would do something dumb like that. Like I
But
can
that's-
fit this here anyway.
But honestly, that's poor decision making though. Like that's
Right. That's
just,
what I'm saying.
But
And it's
like,
poor
because
decision
look,
making due because he leaves
Because-
on his arm talent too.
Because if anything, I would say Lamar tries to rely on his arm too much with the passes that got picked off, because he actually throwing them shits. Like he actually throwing them shits to where it's like them don't look like of course when it get picked off, you'll just be like, oh, that was a dumb pass. But in a sense, you could see what he was trying to. He trying to prove to somebody they could throw it. Versus if you see a DB right there, bro, that's just textbook 101. Like, you know not to throw that. Like, hey, bro.
But fam, both things are true. He threw it because he believes his arm is better than his common sense at the time.
Right.
Or I just say his decision making is poor, bro. Like,
Which
that's
leads
just
to
poor.
there's
because
when
That's
you say,
that's
when
a poor
you say
decision, though.
decision making, then you break that down. What caused you to make this decision? Like, poor decision making for us five is going to be different. Why we make the decisions we make, and we're just breaking it down past poor decision making. It's because of his arm, and he believes he's the shit and can do everything.
But what I'm saying is, like, I feel like when you think somebody relying on their arm talent, them is like 50-50 balls they was throwing. You see what I'm saying? Like, the
More
50-50
timing
thought he
routes
just say
was the
he
other
just
one.
say fuck it. Versus a timing route, or if you gotta remember who he is. They call him the sheriff now. Like, this is Mr. If you move too fast, he go call out your defense. Oh my, all that bullshit now. Like, this is the nigga that know all of this shit now.
But also, let me add this into there. This is also
him.
But this is also the downfall of an offense being predicated on you being the dude. We see this all the time in basketball when a team has one main guy. In
That
the
was
playoffs,
Eastern Conference basketball in the 90s.
Correct.
Western Conference
Correct.
always was supreme because they had a team game.
Correct.
Man, keep going. Keep going.
We see this shit all the time. When you're the man, okay, you doing that shit during regular season, but in the playoffs, we're going to key on you, and we're going to make your team, who is not used to being successful without you being that man, and there goes the downfall. So Tom Brady is playing not only just the regular season, he's playing his whole career knowing that, hey, I get maybe 5 chances this whole game to shine. As the epitome of Peyton Manning, hey, he believes that this whole game is his to shine. And that is the epitome. That was his whole career. I live in Knoxville, Tennessee. That was his career at Tennessee. Why do you think there's no coincidence that he never won a championship? Because they always relying on him. But when they got somebody else that they didn't think was him, guess what? All right, now we can change it up. We can rely on our defense, our run game, and our receivers. We don't have to live and die with waiting to make this quarterback have a good game. And that's the biggest reason why Tom Brady was able to be successful. Because if you shut Tom Brady down, okay, well, I built this defense to be successful. I also built this run game to help Tom Brady out. I also built these short routes to help the run game and to get you out of your passing slump. As opposed to, hey, Tom Brady, or hey, Peyton Manning, shit, we win, we live or die with you. What you gonna do?
I have to disagree with that one, bro.
Okay, but
That's
the proof is in the
football.
pudding. Go watch them games.
That's football.
Penny, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Every team has that. Even the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes had a good ass defense. So it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So if you look at the Super Bowl, when you say, "Oh, well, they shut Patrick Mahomes down in the fourth quarter, in the second half," that was by design, baby. If I don't gotta make these tough throws, I'm not going to throw these tough throws. If I know my defense got me, what I need to throw a 50-50 ball for?
He's just saying that the Patriots had the best situationally built team. That's
I
what
feel
he's
like
saying.
I feel like
Chiefs
he
did too.
makes the
The Chiefs
Yeah,
did
but
too.
there's two
They
different
make-
eras. The Chiefs
they
are
make
the
the best
Patriots of
situations,
last
though.
year. Yes,
Correct.
I feel what y'all saying, but I feel like they make the best situations for those teams, and those defenses benefit for those quarterbacks that know how to make those proper situations. They know when to go. They know when to go 3 and out. They know when they gotta pick. They put the pressure on themselves when to pick this up. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Penny. With Tom Brady, that nigga was so great. They never really just gave him a deep threat. When they gave him Randy Moss, he was chunking that shit just like them niggas, like everybody else.
Did they win it the year
that shit.
they had Randy Moss? Did they win it the year they had
No, they
Randy
lost. They lost 10-14.
Right.
I mean, it happened.
That is
But at
my
the end of the
damn
day, they
point.
almost went 19-0, my nigga.
That is my
literally,
damn
they almost
point.
went. They almost
Their
went
system
19-0.
is not set
But
up to have a
I'm gonna use
supreme
what
wide
Javon
receiver
said.
like that. But
It
you
was the
can get
script.
some damn
It was
mediocre
the
wide
script.
receivers that
It was
run
the
these
script.
shorter routes and be
What about the
successful.
script? It was the script. It was the
Hey,
script.
Penn, I
that they
think we
wanted
need to move on, man. They're using our own ammo against us now, man. Let's move on.
Bro,
It was the script. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, of course he had the dink and dunk with the weak ass white boys out there, Welker and Amendola. They ain't finna bean top nothing. Are you serious?
Well, shit, when they had a top 3 wide receivers, they didn't win that shit. So what that mean?
Yeah,
Top 3 of all time.
Edelman them weren't weak, man.
Regardless of whether he was weak or not, he
Ain't
cannot
nobody finna
run.
think of Danny Amendola as a great wide receiver.
Yeah,
But
but
they winning championships with that ass.
They're not finna be no deep threats either, though. You're not finna be
man.
like, oh, them is
Of course
deep
not.
threats. Like, we just finna run posts and streaks with them niggas. Like,
That's how
of
we-
course Tom Brady is finna
They
run.
did what they did. They did what they were supposed to do.
They did what
they
they
should-
were
they
supposed to
was-
do.
did what
they
that
was little-
system
they was little-
designed to do.
They was little Boy Scout knives. That's what they
And that's
was.
why I say,
Right.
like, the
And
Patriots
that's why
have the
Brady
best
had to run those
situationally built
offenses.
team. They know what they want to do, when they got to do it, how they got to do it, and they got to
Right.
the deepest level than any
Correct.
other team. We felt out every other team and know how far y'all gonna go, so we got to be prepared for that moment. Because the game
Correct.
is about moments, right?
Yep. That's it. That's it, baby. I know I got this big league arm, but baby, I know I only got a few times to shine.
If they looking for it, let me hit them with the touch pass all game.
Right. Emotional intelligence.
Anyway, man, shout out to my nigga Cam Newton, man. You talking about Cam Newton, man?
What can do?
Yeah. Talking about my dog Cam, man. They done
Cam
beat. They try to beat him up.
Oh, you said okay. I
They
thought
try to
something
beat up
else
my dog
happened.
Cam.
I'm about to say, Dan, what happened
saw
to
it.
Cam now, man?
Yeah,
You saw the blitz coming. You
Yeah,
just saw
man,
the
they
all the
blitz
leave-
coming.
dudes coming. They
leave
try
Cam
to get
alone,
my
man.
dog bad, man.
Leave
I
Cam
thought
alone.
one dude got a clean shot on him, but he wasn't phased. That boy
Wow.
grabbed one dude by the hoodie, held his head down, had one in the heart. That's a big dude that just think you gonna go up there and just take over. These young niggas is bold. You
Yeah.
said
No, that was a grown ass man.
But they were grown.
man. That boy was 6'4", 225. Man, come on now.
Nah, he more than that. 6'4", 225. He ain't playing football no more. He's
So,
like
yeah,
6.
man, bro, them young niggas are bold. I was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, Cam,
Came off either.
they would have felt them joints, man.
Oh, facts.
They would have felt them joints, and Cam would have thrown some punches on them, bro. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know what was the reason for them jumping on him like that.
And
It doesn't
why
matter.
does it keep happening? Who's sending them? Who is sending them to sabotage Cam?
Why does it even matter? It's just ridiculous that it escalated to that point.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Kids at the end of the day.
Them
It's
young
all
niggas,
about the
Right.
kids.
them young
supposed to
niggas
be.
got no control.
Supposed to be.
You know, the camp that he set up is to help them, though, from what I've heard. I don't know too much about the camps and stuff that he be doing over there, but it's to help.
It's the problem with youth sports nowadays as a whole, whether it be basketball or football. You got these coaches that try to relive their youth without these kids. And it loses the fundamental of the actual game. You see bullshit like this happen.
Now we need to start having camps ran by white people. You see, Negroes can't do nothing. So yeah, we need
Well, see, I don't know that it has to do with black or white, but what I can tell you is I go to a lot of games, and what I don't see is I don't see lots of parents allowing their children to get coached hard. And that's why I am a proponent of talk to your kid in a way that they can take tough, constructive criticism so these coaches can get the best out of them, as opposed to these parents really believing, oh, he talking to my baby don't deserve to be like this. Man, that's not the way to be. That's not the way to be. And I think that that's a problem, especially in our community.
I mean,
think
these
if
kids
you
nowadays
don't
are
fix
soft.
that-
Let's just call it what it is.
My bad, Larry. My bad.
Let's call it what it is. These kids out there are soft these days.
Yeah, I'm about to say the result of not
soft.
fixing. My bad. I can barely hear you, bro. So I don't know when you go in and out. My bad.
My bad. Yeah, but yeah, like these kids are soft nowadays. Like, I have nephews and stuff that play high school basketball. I have nephews that play like rec league, AAU, and all of these different things. And from what I see, every time these kids a hint of adversity,
Right.
like Alabama. I ain't gonna say that's fucked up. But anyway,
Your
Hey,
voice
yo,
is going
Your
in
shit
and out for
going in
some
and out,
reason.
bro.
I'm sorry. Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you, but when you talk, you go in and out.
I got these AirPods in. That's what it is.
That's weird because I got
So-
AirPods too.
You go through that. We're talking about it.
Oh, because it's probably because it's in that. Because you got to remember that the microphone for the AirPods is in the actual AirPods, so that's why it's going in and out. Yeah.
Let it
hold on.
breathe.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let it
There we go.
breathe.
Take this off and put the hoodie back on because I got a bad hair day.
We don't give a fuck about that damn hair. Listen, I think we all heterosexual up over here. We don't give a fuck what you
No.
got.
I don't know about that, Penny.
Not-
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Mister, I'm gonna take a
someday-
shirt off. Us normal outside of Carl, we don't care. I don't care what you look like.
Sometimes you just got to know.
I have
when
my
to say
shirt off in the show.
Yeah, you had your shirt off in the show. You
Mad
Carl.
because you don't got a 6-pack?
How you know I don't got a 6-pack?
Because you look like a nigga that ain't got no 6-pack.
You wish I don't.
I know.
You
Yeah.
see these shoulders?
Nah,
You see
nigga.
these shoulders?
How did we
Nah,
get here?
Penny, you getting old and you bald head, so you're gonna have the flapjacks.
Listen, you not finna bait me into a P. Diddy moment right now.
How did we get to this point?
This Penny was nagging. I had my shirt off.
Nah, man, this man had his shirt off with all
He's
dudes
the only
here.
one
Bro,
focused
who
on my
asked for
chest.
this?
Everybody else, heterosexual men, supposedly in the group chat. In the chat. Nobody paid attention, but Penny, it was like he was just
Look
like,
at this selective
I don't
statement. So
know.
Darius, so Bama didn't say nothing to you either.
he said it about 3 times.
But you just said nobody. Did you just say
said it
nobody?
like 20, 15 times about my shirt being off.
But did he just not just say nobody?
Like I
But
said,
when I point out the truth, now Bama
you
said something.
pointed
Which
out.
one is it? Did nobody say it? Did somebody
All
say
right.
it?
And we're gonna have to settle this later. But Larry, you were saying the problem is today.
Yeah, with the kids.
Oh yeah, well these kids are soft nowadays. Like they're like, adversity kills their whole momentum, and the rest of the game is shot at that point. Like it takes them at least a quarter of it to actually get back into. Oh yeah, we were actually playing the game. And you know how many times I see kids hold their head down and you could tell they had the Cam Newton moment since we brought up Cam. When Cam put the towel on, when you could tell he pouts. I see that so much often, and I honestly don't. Like you said, it starts at home. Letting them know that this is life. Actually, you know what I mean. As far as like, forget the sport right now. In life in general, you're gonna have some shit that pop off.
Right.
And how do you react to that?
Yeah.
So the part that you're not communicating or articulating, which is probably part of your point, when those points of adversity for those students happen, you hear not just one parent, it's two parents making an ass in the crowd, which emboldens that child to be like, yeah, why you treat me this way? And now I get to be dejected, as opposed to, you know what? I'm going to sit here and be quiet, and I'm going to compose myself, because here's the reality. At the end of the game, you have full access to that student, and you can record the game, and you can go back with that student and have your individual input. But where I believe that parents that weren't really athletes, they don't understand where they're really interfering. They're not privy to these videos that you watch with the team. They're not privy to the locker room talk that the team talks about and the coaches talk about. So they don't understand fully what that student's role is. And now everybody sees all the money that's tied up in sports, and everybody thinks their child is supposed to be the star of the team. And that creates crazy parents. And when parents can't control their emotions, that creates a child that can't control their emotions. And so you just have chaos on the brink all the time. And that can't be how it is, because even if you're the most talented team, you're setting your child up for failure. Because what if they do make it to the NBA? If they don't know how to play a role, they're going to ruin their chances. There's lots of players, i.e. Dennis Rodman, that's used to being a star. But guess what? Dennis Rodman has to go to the NBA and now play a role and learn how to be content if he wants to elongate his career. And that is a big problem. The parents, the adults, need to learn how to be adults.
Patrick Beverly averaged 30-something in high school.
Right.
So
he had a mentor. He also had a mentor that kind of he always pays homage to. I feel like a lot of the problem is a lot of the kids out there, they come from single parent households. It be the mamas, the mama boys. Normally, when you got a kid that got both parents, he a little bit more even keeled. He a little bit more cooler, unless you just got the obnoxious daddy. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? When it comes to men coaches, they nip that shit in the bud. You feel me? More so with them women, it's kind of like, I don't want to get in no shouting match with nobody mama. And then a lot of times them kids be top recruits. So it's like, fuck, bro, I ain't trying to get in an argument with this black woman and fucking lose my fucking football team. So it's like, oh, whatever. So a lot of the times I would say this. It's up to somebody in the community, right? When they see those little kids that want to do football, I mean, it ain't nothing to be a mentor to them young kids. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they're young, kind of like, oh, little buddy, how do you respond? Because like I said, they need a male figure. On top of them being soft, I ain't gonna really say they soft like that. You know what I'm saying? Because them same little niggas be the ones we scared of. They'll run down on your ass at nighttime. So they ain't soft when they break. They ain't, I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it real. Right. They ain't soft when they breaking the law. Them gonna be the same little niggas that put that barrel in your face and be like, hey, bro, call me soft now. So it's like, I would say,
we can have that discussion in a different way.
I would tell people it's more so of, I understand we got brought up a certain way. We got talked to a certain way. We was more so of the generation of don't ask. When I tell you to do something, you say how high. We was more that generation that really didn't care about why. You see what I'm saying? Probably like 2 to 3 years later, then was the generation of kids that asked why. Like my homie Jameer. When I got here, it was the following year, bro. He literally, Hamilton said, run a post, do this. Jameer literally said, hey, why I gotta do that? Why I gotta run a post when this, like, because he understands football. He was like, why I gotta do this? And Hamilton got so fucking upset. He was like, just do it. Versus when I went to Limestone, you remember when Kerr, who was that had said something? I believe it was like EJ. It was somebody, and they had asked Kerr, why do I need to do this? And Kerr went, stop. And went into full teaching.
He was always doing that. He was
always doing that. He literally told him, hey, I want you to run this full speed. This route, this ball isn't for you. Yeah. You're running this full speed, so you clear it up for this guy. And instantly, nobody.
Majority of our practices,
man,
like looking up, pointing.
Yeah, like that.
I
shit
remember
was
that.
Like,
that's a good point.
But in my head, I was like, bro, this dude, and he'll tell you, oh, I had 3 receivers that was all American. They went to the league, and it's like, I fucking see how now, because you are teaching me how to play football. Like, you're not just telling me to do something. A lot of the times, that's why I would say with the coaches, that slave on the complex, the reason why Nick Saban have to retire, that shit is dead. That shit is dead now. That, hey, boy, you gonna do, hey, I'm gonna cuss you out, drill, cut, all that shit dead now. Like, nigga, tell me, why am I doing it wrong? Why are you screaming right now? What am I doing? And tell me, what is the benefit of me doing it how you say doing it? Because you got to realize, these kids play sports. We can't say that these kids is a lot more advanced than us, and then when they refute what we telling them, especially the old school way, we get mad and be like, oh, we just can't teach y'all nothing. Like, nah, you got to remember, they are a little bit more advanced, so they think a lot more complex. So this is what I've really noticed with these kids, right? Cam Newton, what I be noticing, he kind of like a big brother almost. So he talk the shit, oh, you trash, all of that shit. So it's like, you kind of provoke them a little bit. Like, you don't want to, that's a dangerous role to play with kids, especially around the age group.
Yeah, you can't turn it
me
off.
and him mess around that same age group.
Yeah.
Like you say, you can't turn it off and on. You got to kind of, that's why I say
that boundary.
Yeah, because when they talk, when we bring up these white people camps, right? Peyton Manning don't try to be your brother. He come off as a father figure, even though you don't want him to be. He come off as a, hey, I'm a grown ass man. You know, we at the camp.
He's more authoritative, like
exactly. So with Cam Newton,
play.
Exactly. So with Cam Newton, when you see him, oh, you trash, all of this, and when them kids start fucking up, boy, you really can't. That's definitely not the time to start. Oh, bro, it's like I'm upset now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So I always say it's about your approach. So now you got to find a way to communicate with them. And what I notice, what works the best with them, instead of just screaming or you highlight what they do good. Hey man, I noticed this. You're a good, you know, I like the way you run these things.
Man. Give him a
exactly. And then right at the end. But if you do it like this is how you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it really boils down to communication. How you communicate.
What you think about Caleb Williams? What y'all think about Caleb Williams? Like the
me myself personally,
the crowds, and
I don't like that.
He painted his fingernails, and he stood up on the podium and said, well, after a loss, he said, I want to go home and watch drama movies and snuggle with my dog. Now, I don't know him to know, was he being sarcastic, but the crying, the fingernails.
Nah, he wasn't being sarcastic.
Yes, he was. He was being sarcastic.
Then he shows up in Fashion Week with a dress on.
He a DC nigga,
he wore a dress too?
I don't give a damn. When he had a dress on for Fashion Week. He had a jean dress on.
I don't really care about that. I don't think that matters.
The only reason I brought it up, the only reason I brought it up is because we were on that trail. We were talking about the differences and how we can't discipline and cut certain shit out. So I'm just wondering, is that guy the
new.
perfect
We could keep
result?
Cutting that out because it's a lot of young kids.
Dennis Rodman is more weird off of that. Man. Cut it out, man.
Yeah, well, Dennis Rodman was a weirdo back then too, and he was like the only weirdo.
Okay, so you got to accept it. It's just what it is now, man.
Let me differentiate. Let me differentiate. I don't take anything away from what Bama is saying, because this is a new generation, and the way that Kobe and Jordan used to lead is no longer a way that will lead the troop nowadays. So there is a different way that you have to lead these kids, and that's just knowing people and understanding individuals and groups. That's a fact. But what I'm talking about is a play is a play. If the play is not for you, you can't just get mad and be like, well, I'm going to make this play for me. There's a difference between discipline and this play is not for me, but I need to run it like I am going to get it, as opposed to, I know I'm not going to get this. I'm going to make them give me the ball, and I'm going to create my own play. Those are two different things. And then when the coach gets on you, hey, you know this play is not for you. Why did you take that shot? Why did you run it in when you knew the play was designed for you to run it out? There are times, and there has always been times, for players to ask questions. Just because you don't accept discipline or correction a certain way doesn't mean that team sports, there isn't always a time and place for that. And just because you're new school and not old school, that doesn't change. And so what I am saying is now, because emotions has been allowed to run rampant, just because now your child is here and you don't understand that your emotions correlates to your child's emotions. It does. You need to pay attention to how you respond and how that affects your child. That's what I'm saying. All those other things, yeah. I mean, adaptability has always been an issue because let's be real, my generation, they stated that our generation was soft.
Yeah, every
Right.
generation. Say
Y'all
that.
Every
was.
generation
Correct.
to the generation before it's soft.
Nah.
Correct. They
But
always say
me myself personally, I would say them boomers, them niggas is soft because y'all houses is only 17 grand, which usually was around what y'all made on a yearly basis. Also, the cost of living was nowhere near as high. Like, so you basically they talked about, oh, I only made 14 cents, but nigga, bread was 5 cents, bitch ass nigga. Like, it was so much shit that supported.
But then let me ask you this: it would kind of balance out then because like nothing's really changed. Like it's been the same.
I feel like it got worse. So the amount of money we make for what life costs right now, like, so for instance, the average median of income is like 38,000. That's like for everybody. Or I think it's like 38 to 54,000. The average house is like 400,000, my nigga. Back when them weak ass boomers talking about they were so hard, right? 17K house, 17K annual income. But that was across the board. Then they talked about the cost of living. Our cost of living is like something like, so they like I can't remember like what it is, but 50K back then, like you having a 50K for investment, it would take 155K today in order to make that same 50K investment what they was making back in the 50s and 60s. Like,
I guess them old heads say
no. So when you say boomers, are you talking about a certain ethnicity of people, or are you just saying that as a whole? Because
as a whole, the boomers as a whole.
Okay, because it wasn't easy for niggas in segregation, boy. That
facts.
Yeah, that wasn't easy, bro. That's what we
had the most. That's what we had the most, though, was segregation.
God.
Literally, that's what we had the most. That's what we had the most. We had the most. We had the most. We had the most
equity.
Lump
them all together, bro. This
we had the most ownership. We had the most equity.
I want to stay away.
Bring it back. If anything, bring segregation back.
I want to stay away from this one.
Our kids was more educated. They was more level.
I want to stay away.
All we had to do. I didn't start. All we had to do.
Bring segregation back.
And all we had to do was deal with somebody who always told us they always been an enemy. They never told us they was our ally. So all we had to do was stay away from them, and we get to keep all our riches. But all of a sudden, through this thing called desegregation, and we all equal right now, we went from being in second place to last.
Ben, you got to go before that. You got to take it before that. It's not that we.
It's more complex than that.
We didn't just willingly do that. Like, they bombed us and flooded cities.
Why you just leaving that out, man?
And so it was a progression. They only tell the story their way to make them seem less savage, but they bombed and wiped out everything, and then the rest of us that were still scrapping on.
You want us to be motherfucking desegregated. What I'm telling you is, regardless of whatever the bombs is,
he's talking about me. He's talking about.
Are you boomers?
No, he might have. Nah, Penny is a liberal, man.
Listen. You keep trying. Listen, you keep trying to pigeonhole me into a certain label.
What year you was born?
Huh?
What year is you born?
He's a
what is Generation X?
Millennial.
No, he's
a millennial.
Millennial? Oh, so you're part of it.
Is he a millennial?
I actually am in one category. It's a unique category.
I think them niggas Generation X.
I was born in 1980.
Generation X. Oh yeah, you're a millennial.
No, he's a millennial. Yeah, Generation X. No, he's Generation X. 1980. That's the cutoff. He's Generation X.
Yeah.
You're Generation X.
We're hybrid though. But the point that I'm trying to
Nigga.
make, man, is
You was
listen,
there with motherfucking Moses part of the Red Sea. How
So
was
wait,
it?
so Penny, you 40, right?
I'm 43.
Do you still get normal erections?
Are you fucking serious?
How do we get there?
I don't
He
know.
lives an active lifestyle, though. He lives an active lifestyle. So
That's what I'm saying. Do you have problems? Do you have to take the blue pill? I gotta ask these questions.
Tell your mama to come here and she'll answer that shit, nigga.
Penny, you don't like black women, so why would I do that?
I'm finna like this black woman.
Hey, I'm just asking. I don't know. I'm not 40, so I just want to make sure you ain't using blue chew, bro.
Yeah.
Do you
Are
take
you
blue
serious? Are you serious?
Do you fuck with them honey packs from the gas station?
Do you, the rhino pills?
I don't deal with stuff from the gas station.
Oh, yeah, I fuck with them.
I'm in shape. I can run more miles than you.
Yeah, you definitely could run more miles than me right now. Most definitely.
Yeah, he wouldn't talk about me, but yeah.
I was talking about you.
No, you get the hell up out of here, boy. You high. As
I
hell.
was.
Yeah, you was high. Yeah, when you said
I
that.
was talking about you.
Nah, you couldn't run more miles than me.
More
That
miles
ain't
than you.
faster than me.
I bet you I could. I bet you I could.
Run more miles than me.
Miles, yeah.
How old are you?
I could run more miles than you.
How old are you?
I ran 20, 21 and one at one time in 4 hours.
I'm just asking, how old are you?
I'll be 35 this year.
Nigga ain't running more miles than me. He ain't running more miles.
So
Yeah,
instead of
he
dealing
might
with
get
what,
you on the
hey,
miles.
instead of dealing
Probably,
with what
I
I
don't know.
said,
Penny ain't
instead of
running
dealing with what I said, we're gonna use age to say like, I
Right.
could outrun you right now. I could outfight you. I could outdo whatever right now.
Niggas don't fight no more. I got pepper spray. So the moment you think you
Pepper
gonna
spray.
That's
niggas
because you
got
can't
pepper.
fight. That's because you can't fight.
Niggas don't fight no more. Niggas
That's
don't
because you
fight
can't
no more.
defend. That's
I
because you
know
can't
I
defend.
said
Well, we need to be fighting instead of doing pepper spraying and shooting and shit. If anything,
Niggas, now I'm pepper spraying your ass right now. Nigga, I ain't finna fight. Niggas don't
and
fight
I'll
no
fight
more.
through that and still get my hands on you.
No, you're not. You ain't fighting through no pepper spray. Niggas love to think they gonna fight through some pepper spray. Man, yeah, all right. Yeah, let's see.
All right. No, but let's get back to the miles though. Like I just threw that out there though. How many? Like what you do?
Man,
like,
I'm
what's
just
the
talking.
distance?
I don't run miles, man. I don't need to run
I run miles.
miles.
I'm about to say we can put it. Let's all put it to the test.
Nah, I'm
I mean,
not running no miles.
I run about 10,
Yeah,
12
no, I
miles a
don't.
week.
Yeah. How much?
12.
About 10, 12 miles a week.
Okay, you got the receipts? Apple Watch?
I already showed you.
Let me see it again.
Nike Run Club, something?
Yeah, can we see it?
Nah,
Other than that, we don't believe it.
Nah,
I done already showed you. It's already on video.
I don't remember.
Was hell.
I don't remember. Mr. Blue Chew himself.
That's not for me yet. I don't know that I'm ever going to get there because I plan on, working out is the key to health.
It is, bro.
Keeping that shit up for the show. What y'all think about the NFL Combine?
Them DBs is fast as hell.
I still think Chris Johnson has the fastest 40.
He does.
Xavier Worthy
He had the fastest 40.
Xavier Worthy ran a 4.21 at 5'9", 158 pounds.
Oh well, so that
Listen.
means he has the fastest 40.
I won't allow anyone to override Deion Sanders 40, Bo Jackson's 40,
We never
Aeneas
seen it.
Williams 40.
We never seen it.
Right.
Aeneas Williams.
Aeneas Williams.
Did Darryl Green ever run the 40 and do well?
And Daryl Green, that was the
I think
last
he
one I
ran
was about to say.
4.25 or 4.2 something like that. But all I'm saying is Chris Johnson ran 4.24 at 5'11", 198 pounds, and he ran for 2,000 yards in the NFL. That in myself puts you at the fastest player to ever play the game, because Tyreek Hill plays in the league where you barely can touch nobody, and that nigga ran out of gas.
First of all, Tyreek Hill is faster than Chris Johnson.
I don't think so.
Nigga, he runs a 9.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill runs a 9.
He runs
a 9.
so track
What are you talking about?
track speed and football is two totally
Bro,
different
he
things.
would dust them in 100-yard dash.
That's why they both football players, and that's why I'm talking about the fastest player to come through the NFL and not
Tyreek
the
Hill.
fastest track star. Chris Johnson is the fastest nigga solely off of his speed and his production matched. He ran for 2,500 yards from the line.
Oh no, Tyreek Hill got him off of production and speed.
Bullshit.
Tyreek
Hill does not have nothing 2K. He has nothing 2K. Nothing.
No, but you can't let
Chris
one
Johnson
season override. You can't let one season override.
I got to because he's only one of 6 to do such thing.
But that
one season has to
override.
override.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Like
Trent Dilfer didn't do shit to win the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer had the same amount of pass yards as Jamal Lewis had rushing that year, so we definitely won't bring that up.
Yeah, but bro, that's
again,
not
another 2,000-yard rusher.
But bro,
another 2,000-yard. I don't think you niggas understand 2,000 in the NFL.
So let me rephrase.
Also, the fact of the speedsters that come through and they're not able to attain that is OD. He's the fastest nigga I've ever seen play in the NFL. Easy, the fastest.
Who that?
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson. Opinion. That's not a fact.
So what do you?
I think Bo
Devin
Jackson
Hester,
was
then?
faster than Chris Johnson.
Will you say, Larry?
We did.
What about Devin Hester? He broke what?
No.
Devin Hester? Really?
No, he's not the fastest.
When I think of fastest
I've
ever seen,
So we talking about kick returns now.
Tyreek, but I think
Are we
Tyreek
talking about
is a little
speed
faster.
or production?
Speed and production, ain't nobody got.
Yeah, I think Tyreek.
No one.
Maybe it's just because
Speed
it's
and
recent.
production.
but-
No one
I
has
don't think y'all understand how difficult it is to play running back versus receiver. Like you already in space. Like
We're
so.
talking about production.
So yeah.
If
And
we
one
talk
nigga
about
ran
production, one has Dion.
if we're talking about production, and Chris Johnson got blackballed. You got to remember he ran for 1,300 the very next year with a broken leg. His leg was broken.
Is Chris Johnson in the Hall of Fame?
He just got out the league. You got to be out the league 5 years for that.
No, that nigga been out the league for 5 years, brother. Don't do that.
Up in there?
No,
Dion in there.
I don't think Chris Johnson been out the league 5 years.
He's
This
been out
might
the
be year
league
5
years.
because
He
he was
been
with the
out longer than 5
he was with the Cardinals.
Bro, he's been out the year for 5 years.
You can get loud all you want to, nigga. I'm finna look. I got a smartphone.
Bro, go look
You can
it
get
up.
loud all you want.
Go look it up. He's been out the league for more than 5 years.
He has.
Yeah. Thank you, Penny. So yeah, nigga. Chris Johnson is not the fastest nigga to ever walk in the NFL. And he doesn't have the best production, nigga. Because he only had 6 good years? 5, maybe. That was it. Then he declined.
He didn't decline.
Yeah, I gotta go with bro on that one.
Yeah, he declined.
Fastest ever. That's a stretch.
He's not even faster than John Ross.
He didn't decline. That John Ross got kicked out of the league after 2 years.
I'm talking about speed. He's talking about production. I'm talking about speed.
He was on the Tennessee Titans. I'm talking about speed. That's why I say one thing with you track niggas, y'all soft as fuck, nigga. He was a real life football player. He was a real life player. Y'all talk about something, in the 100, and that shit is non-existent on the football field. John Ross, garbage. He was garbage, nigga. That 4.22 did nothing for him. Garbage. This nigga ran for 2K. Garbage. Yo, nigga got kicked out the league. Garbage, nigga. He should have been Jesus' mama. Garbage, nigga. That's what he was. Garbage. Nigga, don't tell me about no nigga that did something only 6 niggas could do. Only 6 niggas. Tyreek Hill brought an extra fucking game, and he started getting garbage. Got jammed up in the playoffs because it was cold outside. Garbage. We should keep going with these niggas. Whatever fast nigga you talking about, nigga. Bo Jackson got his hip away from him. Got his hip away from him.
Dion.
Wet dream, nigga.
Bro,
Dion.
Meat out your mouth, man. He's not a Hall of Famer.
And they do not want to see Chris Johnson in the open field. Listen. Chopper City Juke, nigga. They blackballed.
Linda. Chris Johnson is not a Hall of Famer, brother.
Listen,
so
he's not going,
what
buddy.
you're saying, but I'm trying to understand his train of thinking. So he thinks just because somebody played longer, that means that their attribute is greater than who? Tyreek. I'm just thinking in general because this started with the Tom Brady thing and Peyton Manning. So
no, I'm not talking about
I know. I'm
Tyreek has played longer than probably Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson only had 9 years.
I just want to ask you something specific. So CJ2K played a short stint. He made history. Didn't do shit else in the playoffs. Never
Right.
did that. So
What
by
team was
that
he on
measure,
to be in the
hold
playoffs?
on. By that measure, him and Tyreek are virtually on the same path because Tyreek, not only do they play different positions, which is harder for Tyreek to get his due because it's more involved than just turning around and handing the football off. But he was about to get 2,000 yards for a receiver. So,
Right.
like,
He was
how does
about
what
to
you're
do it.
saying make
He's in a more
Chris
okay,
Johnson
so
faster?
because
Like,
first off, it's 7 to 8 to
because
9
he
people in the box.
put
Because
you
Chris
more?
Johnson was the only person on that team back when he had fucking Kerry Collins, nigga. We're not even finna do this. Versus, I can only imagine if he was on the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes. Holy shit, Batman,
But
dog.
I'm
That shit
saying
would
you're
be
saying
crazy. Then on
but
top of that,
using all of
and
that.
you prove my
but
point. You prove my point. Having to beat
I'm
four
trying
people
to ask you a
or
question. I ain't trying to
having
prove
to
a
beat
point.
having to beat 3 people in the safety is a lot harder than having to get to the second and third level. Like them same people that you have to beat at receiver is a lot more difficult to beat at running back because you got D lineman, you got to around certain
I
type
get
of
okay.
block,
It's
all of
it
that type
got
of shit.
pluses and
Then,
minuses.
How if you got
then
DBs playing like 25 yards off on a nigga and you still got to run past them?
what?
I just want to know how does
throw a screen
production and
route
what
and
they
then have to
do.
catch
No, how does production and what they did or they didn't do equate to how fast they are? Because there's a lot of dudes in the NFL that we're not even talking about and probably will forget about every
They're
time
not fast.
that
They're
had
not fast in
blinding
football.
speed.
They just got track
So I'm
speed.
trying to
There's a difference in track speed
understand.
and being football fast.
Also, we're talking about football fastest player ever.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill is another nigga that's
Okay,
football fast.
see that wasn't clear. I thought you just meant like
But he's the
fastest
fast. But
player.
Chris Johnson with the 4.24 though,
Okay.
it matches up. It matches up to what he does
His
on
game
the field
speed
and
and
how
what
he
it
plays.
translates to.
Dion was faster than all of them.
And it
So-
translates because based off of the type of vision, what it takes to play running back, right? The best running backs usually run 4.6s and 4.5s because the type of patience it takes to play running back and to allow blocks to develop in the NFL. Those fast guys usually don't do well. A lot of you remember Ladarius. What problem do you always used to have? He used to run so fucking fast, he'll outrun his block, and you got to pull him guard. And it's like, bro, you got to let this guard pick up this one technique that's free right now, but you just so in a hurry, got to slow down. The fact that Chris Johnson could do those things and choose when to use those speed ranges and gauges, dog, and he ran for 2,000 doing it, knowing what type of back he was. He was a speed back now.
But I saw Tyreek Hill. Hold on. I saw Tyreek Hill take a touchdown pass in the end zone when 3 safeties were on the goal line, and he just stood there, jumped, and weaved around them and scored a touchdown. And Chris Johnson never. Like there's things.
Straight line speed, boy. That nigga.
Chris Johnson shook somebody at the.
It balances
he
out.
shook somebody, ran somebody over, then he runs 87 yards for a touchdown.
Just because Chris Johnson was patient and he had vision.
Yeah, bro.
No, his production.
Tyreek got that amount of X factor in his position for what he's doing.
Hey, but
I've never seen anybody beat 4 men standing on the goal line and make it look easy.
I've never seen a man outrun 9 niggas in the box though.
So you don't think this man could stand in your face and run around you and then end up straight into a touchdown?
Tyreek Hill never gave jet sweeps and took him to the house.
Not in the same capacity. You got to remember. What I'm saying is right now, how y'all trying to use them jet sweeps is how I could use when they used to line Chris Johnson out at receiver sometimes, and he'll just blow by the motherfucking linebacker to safety. And that's like,
it's a different game.
It's a different game. Because look, if you just keep exploiting Javon, do you imagine if he played in today's game where they just would
it would be crazy. It would be crazy.
Shit would have been. It was safeties, linebackers. They even walk corners out there, and that nigga just.
All I'm saying is,
just would have kept exploiting that.
Listen. All I'm saying is, all things are true. You don't have to put down Tyreek because Chris Johnson was good.
Chris Johnson.
I think they're equal. I think if Chris Johnson did this life over and played receiver or slot, he'd be Tyreek Hill.
No. I just want him to play running back, dog, and don't get blackballed. That's it. Don't get blackballed. Let him play running back and don't blackball him. Like they literally blackballed him.
Put
Like,
him in a
that
major
shit-
market with a major market team, man.
man. But no, look. So
I mean, it's gonna
he
put
was-
some money into an O-line and other stars. Tennessee
look,
wouldn't do
Javon,
that.
they said he even opened up and talked about this, right? He said in 2013, he was only one of 10 running backs to run for 1,000. He had 1,300 all purpose, and he did that with a broke leg, bro. And they still cut him.
Yeah. I mean, we don't
And
have
not
to take
only-
too long to know what that's about.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, Chris Johnson looks a lot different than a lot of these guys they market. He got the wicks in his hair. He got the gold.
Like I said, we ain't got to think too long. We
Yeah,
know.
we ain't got to think too long. And there was
It don't
another
take
reason.
all
That's
day to
the
recognize
same
something.
reason. Same reason it took Edgerrin James till now to get into the Hall of Fame. Is their appearance on the outside.
Hey, speaking of that, they're doing Fred Taylor dirty now.
Oh yeah, they doing him super.
They're doing Fred Taylor. Like Devin Hester and Andre Johnson, if anything, should have been going in the same class. I don't see how they go in ahead of Freddie T. I just don't see it.
Talk about it.
I just did. I mean, I just did. I don't have to pour salt on the open wound. I just said it. Devin Hester and Andre. I don't want to. They deserve it now, but I'm saying to like overlook Freddie T. I think Freddie T. He retired before them. He has like better numbers on the all-time list. All type of stuff. Longest running playoff history. All type of stuff. And he's doing his thing. Pivot. Representing the NFL well. I don't see how they overlook it. And I'm calling bullshit. It's the Jacksonville bias, man. Because Jimmy Smith should be in automatically too if we just look at his numbers and what he did. And that's all I'm saying.
Guess who's gonna be in the Hall of Fame for y'all? Trevor Lawrence. They gonna figure out a way to put him in there.
Well, like I said,
Have no fear. He gonna have one.
I know the script. I'm just glad it's about time they start writing it for us. Shit, fuck. You think that Chargers come back, man? They were telling you the whole time what was about to happen.
It's like CJ Stroud finna come in and fuck y'all script up though. They gave him
No. Don't. It's gonna be a great back and forth for years. It's gonna be a great back and forth for years. But you forget they're trying to expand in London, bro. It's destined that we gonna get some shit popping. They about to build a new stadium and everything. That shit don't pay for itself. We already built new facilities in there. It's coming. You just gotta be paying attention. That's all. Don't believe the hype.
I told y'all the Texans wasn't as bad as we thought.
Worth last year, never had a full team, and still went into their shit and handled business. We gave them the division, so I'm not worried about that at all.
Don't sleep on the Texans.
And I want to know why CJ Stroud was on that boat with them people in that all white when they had all that funny stuff going on, and I want to know why he was there. When I saw him on that boat, I said that boy about to have rookie of the year. That's how I see it. So I'm really not worried at all. Bryce Young will end up having a better career.
The man got rookie of the year because he was balling.
Then CJ Stroud.
I've been saying that. Yeah, I've been saying that.
You
They
heard?
just hold it right.
I ain't start up Penny.
Yeah, I feel that. I double down on that.
No, I hope both of them do well, though. I hope both of them do well. I'm just talking.
They best friends. They best friends.
But
they best friends.
I do want to know why you was on that boat, though, man. That's weird. And why they choose you out of everybody, and why you end up going to the Texans team with the horns and all that? And then, anyway, let's move on.
I mean, that's crazy though. That's wild. I think Bryce will end up having a better career. Because he didn't get on no boat. But
let me step in real quick.
But man, Bryce, honestly, and I'll let you go right after this, Larry.
Yeah, because this is Larry's team.
I know, but like this is literally my favorite player right here, right in Alabama.
Who, Bryce? Bryce?
Yeah, Bryce is
really.
The one.
I thought it was
two.
Boy, you be riding?
Hell no.
Boy,
dude, he was a Jaguars fan at 17 with me. He was in Duval with me when I was watching Buffalo. And as soon as we had that bad year, my nigga said, I'm moving to Miami. I'm going down south. I should have knew that if something was wrong when you jumped on off the Cowboys bandwagon. Because Cowboys fans usually, that's one thing about them. They're going to go hard. They're going to stay. You hopped off the bandwagon for the Jaguars.
You're right.
I should have known something was wrong then.
You're right. Now I'm finna go up north to Carolina. But
Larry,
anyway,
please make your point.
anyway, just let me finish.
Yeah.
Because Bryce is the best quarterback that ever come through Alabama. We just go in that right there.
The best quarterback that ever what?
Ever come through Alabama. And it was
Okay.
just unfortunate that he went through with Bill O'Brien. That nigga was a terrorist.
Right.
Most bland route concepts that you could ever put a kid through. And if it wasn't for Bryce's whatever that shit he had beaten inside of him, if it wasn't for that, that team probably would have went 8-5 or 7-6 or some bullshit like that, bro. Like, because a lot of them games, especially Texas, a lot of them games they were just supposed to lose until Bryce just do some Bryce shit. And then he never had a consistent O-line. He never had a consistent receiving core. Jameson Williams wasn't even on the roster the year before. Then he goes back. He only loses them 2 games by a total of 4 points on the road versus LSU and Tennessee. After his team, arguably that was one of the worst Bama teams for us discipline-wise. They committed 17 penalties, offsides, pass interference against Tennessee, and they committed 13 penalties against LSU. That was definitely one of the most undisciplined football teams. And then you got to put Bryce in there, first time up on the center with all of these offensive coordinators, Jahmyr Gibbs, and you just got to do all of this and just Superman it. And I just feel bad for him to go from that to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Old O-line, old receiving core. The receiver they did pick up, that nigga was garbage. The nigga y'all did get like in the second round, that nigga was bum, bro. Like, he used to make me so mad, bro.
We put a name on it, Jonathan Mingo. I'm gonna put a name on it.
It's literally a play, Javon.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce is running from 3 people, throws a beautiful pass. It's going towards the sideline. Throw a beautiful pass. This nigga Mingo, it's like he jumps, catches the ball, and it's like while he's in the air, he forces himself to go out of bounds. I'm like, what the fuck?
Perfect ending.
Like
so you're saying that he's got all of that against him, and somehow he's gonna have a better career?
No, because I'm just banking on the fact that they say the more
we talk about in the league. We talk about in the league where they have 350 player transactions in 1 year, buddy. That's okay. Don't think the Panthers ain't 1 year away from doing it.
Let Larry give his point of view because he is a Panthers fan. He called for the floor.
Go ahead, Larry.
So when we're talking about the difference between Bryce and CJ, I'ma always say it because I said it from the beginning that the organization outside of David Tepper wanted CJ Stroud. That's just my own personal belief, and that's what I saw on the field by the way the personnel was put out there. The personnel was basically put out there to fit more of the style of a CJ Stroud and not necessarily the style of a Bryce Young, because Bryce Young ran for his fucking life every play. I had to watch that game personally. Monday Night Football in Carolina. I watched that game. I cried. So, yeah. That's another story for another day. But
boy, I bet you did cry.
He's a Pistons fan too, so he got it bad both ways.
Yeah.
He can't find no relief.
You need to jump ship.
Listen,
stay loyal.
There's nowhere else to go. Where else you gonna go? Like this, right? We really was what? We lost 2 games last year. Well, I said lost. Won 2 games last year. Shit. The Pistons probably got what 12 wins from the season, maybe a little more. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. About 12, maybe 12 to 15. I'm at the bottom as a fan. Where else? There's nowhere to go but up. There's nowhere else. Literally, it can't get no worse. It really can't.
Right, because they ain't got that many. They got 10 wins.
Yeah, exactly.
Get more realistic.
There you go.
They were supposed to have 11 though. That game against Cleveland though, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what the ref was thinking. They let Buddy get tackled just for. I felt bad for them. I felt bad. I was like, no. It's like that. It's like the refs don't even want y'all to win. They let Amon get tackled. Literally get tackled. And they're like, oh, he got ripped.
The gag is they're not even gonna let us get the first pick. We still gonna probably we're gonna fuck around and get the 5th pick again like we did this year. We supposed to be the number one team.
Y'all
this
did
year.
good with that pick though. Y'all got a sword dog. I
Did
like
they?
Short.
Did they?
I mean, ugh. I mean,
No,
he's
they
rough.
didn't.
He's a rough.
Where? When
he's
we
a-
gonna see that they
a
did
rough
well
draft.
with that pick?
He's a rough draft now. I will say that. But the upside is there. The upside is there.
Y'all playing.
But,
That boy play two-way. That boy some serious. Only
yeah,
thing
like the
him and
upside is
got to
there.
work on is
There
their
is
jump.
no one on the Detroit Pistons that you can say is something serious.
What?
Cade
Cade
Cunningham.
Cunningham?
Cade
You heard what I
Cunningham.
Hey,
Ivy?
Ivy.
Bro,
didn't stutter.
you tripping.
You heard
You tripping.
what
It's there.
I said.
It's there. You bugging.
Jalen
It's
Duren?
there. Yeah, it's there. You playing.
Am I?
He's not
Or-
the-
So am I playing more than them? Because if they something serious, I'm pretty sure they could conjure up more than 10 wins.
I mean, you talking about we got a whole new system now. Monty Williams just got here his first year.
And I don't
So,
care about that
there's a
weak
lot
ass
going on.
excuses. Y'all done
A
played
lot going
63
on.
games and you only have 10 wins? And you trying to tell me how serious you are as a player? Man, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. I ain't here to sugarcoat this shit.
Effort.
Hold on. Let me go ahead. Matter of fact, get it off. Go ahead, get it off.
Fuck
real
out of
quick.
here with this
Hold
bullshit.
on.
63 games. When am I going to see the results of you something serious? How many damn games you got to lose in order for me to know that you something serious?
I'm serious this year. I'm
There-
saying we got upside. There's a difference.
They're a new organization.
I mean, everybody in the NBA has potential.
Whoa,
But am I
whoa,
finna-
whoa. Do they?
Everyone in the NBA has potential.
Yeah,
You
but
heard what I said.
upside means that your ceilings are different.
Okay, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that the Detroit Pistons, even Cade Cunningham and Ivy, have some serious type of upside that is outside of 10 damn wins after 63 motherfucking games.
You
You
gotta
can
that was
though,
the case,
because you can though, because you could look at the system, you could look at some of the plays, how it's being set up around them where they not really succeeded, like where they not being put in position to succeed, bro. Like if the offense was like, that's why they be like free Cade Cunningham, because like they almost got him in shackles. Like he playing in the system, the spacing is not there. It's like certain players they put that's just based off of coaching, and certain players they put on the floor that does not help the space and what somebody like Cade Cunningham would need to be something serious. So
Well, let me tell you.
Because we live in
Go ahead.
we because Penny, like you got to remember, bro, like we live in this like little zone defense era. Like, bro, the way help defense is set up now, like if you don't have the proper spacing, like what you need, and people out there that can shoot, dog, and if you a shooter like whose game is pretty, like be honest, like Cade Cunningham is just not I'm finna dunk on 9 people in the paint. Nah, he a fucking shot creator, like. So
Well, let
if
me
you don't
respond
have
to
other
this.
people out there to give you that spacing, bro, like
Let me
it's gonna
respond
look
to
like
this.
He
you
out there with
nothing
all the
serious,
wrong tools.
Listen.
or
This is
at
what
the wrong
this is.
time.
This is what I'm not going to allow you guys to do, because in any system, especially in the NBA, bro, you have to learn and perfect the fundamentals before you start thinking you about to be an all-star. So in your system, if you're not being successful, if you don't understand the IQ of, all right, I really want to go up over here and show these dudes out, but you know what's open? A 12-foot jumper. If you can't perfect learning how to bank in a 12-foot jumper, then, bro, I don't give a fuck about that weak-ass excuse you talking about the system. Bitch, learn to perfect your fundamentals. You know how you perfect fundamentals? You trying to do all this shit off the court. Get your ass in the gym and in the weight room like Kobe did. One thing that is for sure, don't nothing supersede that hard work when ain't nobody looking at you. And that's a fact. You can't override that. So you want to know why they only got 10 wins? Because I am for sure that they're not making themselves get in that gym and work like LeBron, like Steph Curry. You think it's a coincidence that niggas can't stay in front of Steph Curry all game long? You think it's a coincidence that Steph Curry come alive in the fourth quarter? You think it's a coincidence that at the beginning of his career, he didn't have that type of spurt? It's no coincidence. I'm not going to give them this ceiling that y'all just pretend like you know is there until they earn it.
Just a pass, like give them a pass for not.
I'm not earn that.
Right.
Their age earned it for them. They're young as fuck. Like, what the
So
fuck?
you basically
Yeah,
saying
like-
that you basically saying they were stars at the level they were on, but when they got to the next level, they thought that would just carry over, and they haven't
Correct.
put the work in to adjust to the game
Correct.
within the game. Because that is
Correct.
pro sports. It's finding your spot in what's already moving. Like, yeah, I was a star, but up here I might just be an assist man, and I gotta perfect that. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta adjust, I guess. Just make adjustments.
I will feel
Correct.
what Penny is saying, bro. If they just had, like, for instance, what I'm saying is, it wasn't a coincidence that Curry and Clay took off when they had Mark Jackson, and then they went from Mark Jackson to Kerr, because Kerr didn't really switch up too much with them two. He still gave them a system that would allow them to flourish based upon what they showed with Mark Jackson, right? What the Pistons is going through, Kate Cunningham has already showed you this, but y'all switching up the system and putting him in the
I
system
disagree.
that
I
isn't
disagree.
conducive to what he
Cade
showed you
Cunningham
already.
has not shown me that if you leave him open for a 12, 15, 20 footer, that he's going to make that automatic. That he has not shown me that. What he has shown me is he going to be streaky. And as long as you, who are supposed to be the player that's going to grow into the star, is streaky, guess what? I'm not an idiot. The other team has defensive coaches for a reason. They don't have a body of coaches over there for no reason or just for shows. They're going to be paying attention to your mannerisms. And if you're not showing that you are committed to putting in the work, regardless of what is given to you, then you're going to get what you got. And we can make all these excuses to let them off the hook for putting in the work. Guess what? You put in the work, and then once you show that you can hit down these automatic shots, then you can force your way into a situation that you want to be in. But what is also one thing for sure is if you keep on the trajectory, you're going to get 10 wins this season, then you're going to get 12 wins, then you're going to get 20 wins, then you're going to get 25 wins. That ain't no high ceiling that y'all talking about. That ain't the ceiling that I'm looking forward to.
So, which is based. So, my question to you is, you watch Pistons games? I'm assuming,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So for when I mentioned upside, everything that you mentioned as far as the work ethic of Kobe, the work ethic of Kobe, and they need to get their ass in the gym. I get everything that you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So when I mention upside, these are things that, you know, the work ethic, the things that those things can be taught within the course of a year.
Mm-hmm.
And within the course of a year, you get your ass whooped long enough. It kind of get, well, we're gonna say, we're just going to automatically just assume. You would think that it would tell you, hey, you know what? We wasn't good at we're good enough to get here, but we weren't good enough to take that to the next level. So what do I need to do? The same things that, you know, that Jason Tatum learned. Maybe taking that time to work with Kobe. Kobe's not here no more, but, you know, define that niche to get into the gym, right?
Yeah.
But does that not still be considered a part of upside? Because that's still a potential that can be unlocked.
Here's what I mean by to even articulate even further. It's not something that's just, oh, you can gain that in a year. This is a consistent learning process. You can't shortcut that. What I will tell you is Paolo Banchero, he has a higher ceiling than Cade Cunningham and Ivy. Don't try to tell me that he wasn't put in a system that wasn't hampering. But what I can tell you is you can see the results of Banchero when he gets put in those situations to shine.
I'm a Magic fan. Banchero
breaks himself out of that. He's not just, I don't like the system. I don't like the thing that they're telling me. I don't really like all these things. Listen, there is There's room to do that. But Paulo Banchero, you know what he's shown? Hey, outside of this system, I'm that dude. And guess what? I'm going to keep putting up in this work, and I'm going to show you that I'm that dude. Right now, I'm going to tell you, Ivy and Cunningham, I wouldn't take them over a lot of players.
Okay,
a lot of players.
Name them.
Come on. I mean, I didn't know that this was necessarily going to be a topic, but I'll give you two. I wouldn't take him over Banchero. I wouldn't take him over Kuminga in Golden State. I wouldn't take him over. I wouldn't take him over Wemby. I'm just being honest. You asked me. And you can't say no to me.
Now we talk about a work ethic. We talk about a work ethic. That's been a hot topic of Kuminga as far as work ethic and
well, what I see is Kuminga up over there hitting threes and can consistently hit shots when he wide open. What I also can tell you is Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham don't. And what they do is not consistent to wins. And when Kuminga is with his squad, his stuff is consistent and it equates to championships or at least a championship. I ain't never seen Kuminga.
That's easy to say when you got Steph Curry.
Right. But it also tells you that
Steph
guess
Curry
what?
On the floor is a lot easier.
Okay. But I also can tell you that what can't be denied is that, hey, this is the role that you got to play. I know you want to have a bigger role, but you need to perfect this role. And so him buying into that role and making himself get in that gym and learn how to be whatever, learn how to grow into whatever he wants to be is greater than, hey, they say you have this, but you ain't showing any of that. None of the fundamentals. If my job was to work out every day and to shoot basketball and you leave me open, you mean to tell me that you think that I'm going to suck at hitting wide open jump shots?
That's what it boils down to for real.
Right.
You're a professional basketball player.
Correct. All that shit off the floor, that's the problem. Why is your nose over there when you say you want to be greater? If you want to be greater, prove it. Until you prove it, I'm not going to give you what all the Piston fans say that Cade Cunningham and Ivy are. Because if they are that, they will prove it. If they don't prove it, then, hey, sorry. You are who you show that you are.
I mean, Cade averaging 22 and 7 right now. To say he ain't proving nothing.
How many wins is he equating to?
That's 10 wins is cool. But I'm
10 wins out of 62 games.
But 22
That's
and
piss
7.
Poor. Piss
22
poor.
and 7.
They're going to make the playoffs this year? And making the playoffs is almost guaranteed. Exactly. That's the point.
No. I would never. But I guarantee you this.
So what do they need?
Give us a 2-year window.
What do they need, Larry? What do they like? I'm not into basketball as much.
They're young. That's what it all boils down to. Is that they're young. They're young. They don't have the blessings of having the vets around them to show them how to be a professional basketball player. They learning all this on the go. Cade was the number 1 pick. Jaden Ivey was what? 3, I think. I can't remember. But long story short, they're veterans away. They need a vet in there that can show them the work.
Right. Let's also be real about these stats. You just saying he averaging 19.8 points a game this year. He's only shooting 43.3% field goals. Remember when I told you these remedial or these routine shots, when you get them wide open to take, he's a point guard, he's averaging 43.3. That's closer to 40 points per game. How you going to lead a team and you can't even do fundamentals? So this is what I mean by taking personal accountability and being disciplined. Understand that, hey, this team goes where you take them, Cade Cunningham. You can't be shooting no 43.3%, then talking about, I got the highest ceiling. Okay, I believe you.
I mean, but then again, you just like how you said Kuminga's jump shot, he goes to the gym and works on the jump shot, right? Does that not mean Cade can't do that?
I didn't say he can't. That's the point. That is the point. Why are you not already doing it? You are the leader.
That he's not.
His stats say he's not.
Man, okay.
His wins say he's not.
He just mad 'cause
What?
Warriors in 11.
So has there ever been
Yeah.
Nate, has there ever been
Yeah.
another set
They
of young players that were in a similar situation that turned it around? Like,
I mean,
Steph
you see
Curry.
it all the time. You see it all the time.
You saw Steph Curry them turn it around.
so is
Look
it
at
fair
OK
to is it fair to
You can
is
look
it
at
fair to
OKC.
say that about the Pistons right now? Then
I mean, we only time will tell. But what I'm telling you, the things to pay attention to are his field goal percentage, his assists. He averages 6.4 points a game. When you are a leader of the team, bro, the team goes how you go. If you not showing that work ethic, you not showing that commitment, your team not going to show this.
right. So you're not saying that it won't and it can't. You're just saying these are the keys to victory.
Correct.
I got you.
But I agree with you on that. But I'm also saying that is give us 2 years. Give us another 2 years to get this
You
money.
what? What?
Give us 2 years.
Well, you sound
Give
like
us
a
2 years of
Cowboys
get.
fan, boy. You a Cowboys?
Give us. We young. That's what I'm saying. I'm betting on the youth side of it. That's what I'm betting on.
Yeah. Well,
I'm betting on the youth side of it. We young.
you need
Give us 2 years. Give us 2 years. You see it all the time. You see it all the time in the NBA.
Yeah.
Shit, you seen it with the Magic yourself.
Yeah. And I see
Like,
Paulo
Minnesota.
Banchero. You could tell he been up in the weight room.
Yeah.
You could tell he been practicing.
Hey, what
I
year is
can't
this
tell
for
that from
Ben
the
Carroll?
Pistons.
What year is this for Ben Carroll?
Is this his
Second
second
Year
year?
2, right?
And
Yeah.
what year
Him
is
and
it for?
Scotty.
What
Them boys were
what
like
year is
something.
it for? What year is it for your boy in Detroit?
I think
Jay Cunningham?
Year 3.
third or fourth. Yeah.
Well,
Oh
technically
man,
year
so
2.
he's actually ahead of Ben Carroll.
Technically year 2 because he missed last year with injury most of the year.
Okay, that
But
could play a
technically year
part.
2.
That could play a part in it.
So they in the same year, and Ben Carroll is he making his own ceiling.
Ben Carroll,
Yep.
something tough. Them boys finna get the Orlando Magic. They looking like they probably could be like the 4th seed if they went out right here, bro. Like Orlando
Looking
Magic,
nice.
something tough, bro. Like man,
Orlando-
they have found
Orlando-
roles for everybody. That's why I like it though. Everybody have
Right.
found their roles now, like, and they just
Orlando
flew
always
up.
had a little squad, but
It was
just
young.
adding
It
that
was just in the making.
Yeah, it was just in the making. It take that one player to set it all right, and they found it in Portland. I remember watching him in his first summer league game, and I was like, yeah, he gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem. Him and Jabari Smith. But I'm a little shaky on Jabari right now. But Paulo showed me he was a true day one.
Talk about this other shit, man. What y'all think about y'all see Drake was at Sexy Red. Shit is
really
crazy.
talking about this. I feel
Yeah,
like we have evolved.
Elevated. Yeah.
We evolved
I thought
past this
Penny was
shit.
gonna do it. I thought
Yeah.
Penny was
We
gonna say it,
evolved
but I knew it
past
was
this
coming.
shit. We evolved past this shit.
Elevate past this
We
type
report the news.
of
And this is the Super Bowl
On
of
today's
ignorance.
adventure.
On today's adventure.
I don't care about
A
this bullshit.
story for you. This is crazy. Drake shows up to Sexy Red's baby
yeah.
shower. Not only does he show up to baby shower, they take paternity photos together.
Oh
He
yeah.
is-
I don't care about this
He
bullshit.
is posing by the stomach like he is baby father.
What?
I mean-
Might I add you? Sexy Red got pregnant while her original baby daddy is in jail.
Who cares? Why are we talking about this?
They do have a song called "Rich Baby Daddy." I mean, hey,
Hey, shit. Hey, she might have been on the song. Okay. Hey,
I thought we elevated past stuff like this. Sexy
Who
Red
cares?
be assassinated. I hate her.
I ain't gonna go that far now. I ain't gonna go that far.
bend that ass over.
Yeah.
Let that
I
keep
hate
breathing.
her. I hate what she
Let
do.
that ass in.
Ah,
Hands on your knees. Hands on your
right
knees.
off the face of earth. Yeah, nigga, I'm
Take that ass for Drake.
for that
Not
hit,
take
man.
that ass for me.
Nah, nigga. And she got a lipstick called gonorrhea. Nah, no, she need to get assassinated. Nah,
I ain't gonna go that far.
I'm going.
She
She just
killed that
possessed,
verse,
bro. The brother wants to assassinate her spirit right now. Like something got a hold of her because she can't be that far from like nobody raised her to do that shit.
Hey, even
Like-
assassinate her spirit or assassinate her from this earth. I don't give a damn, but she need to
He
get
said-
gone.
Just get it
She need
over with.
Yeah, get it over with, nigga. I'll pay top dollar for that, bro. I hate what she doing with
No,
black.
that's dumb.
I
That's
say
dumb.
one thing.
I don't-
It wouldn't
Listen,
hurt.
I'm not gonna listen to her music. It's not for me.
but then you can't say it's dumb for me to want her to get assassinated.
Yes, I can.
No, you
It
can't.
is-
Because
It
you
is
don't know
dumb.
why I'm saying it. Come on,
It doesn't matter.
Penny. That's not fair. You a nigga that read. See, you're a nigga that asks why, and I get
Allegedly.
why.
Did she try to kill you?
Bro, she's killing young girls' minds.
Yeah, she did. She did.
He has a daughter.
is.
He has a
She
daughter,
is.
so technically,
I got
She
a
is.
daughter.
Stop.
She is.
Stop.
No.
Stop.
No, stop. She needs to get assassinated right now. What are we doing?
This is listen.
Silver
She
bullet.
is participating in entertainment. It is a choice whether you listen to her or not.
She is
Good
creating
point.
a attack on young black women.
it's not really a point no more because now they force the shit in your face. It would have been a point if it was
And
like
we
how
know
it was.
we know all of our households ain't together. So that's like it's
Yeah,
it's
like
planned.
you remember back in the day when you used to have to buy CDs and shit. If it was like that, I feel you on that. Now that shit is just at the touch of your phone. Like
Man,
You
get
could
out
be
of
on-
here, bro. You can still
you
skip
could
the
be on
song. You
Instagram.
can turn your
Nah,
phone
bullshit.
off. Get
You
outta
could be on
here.
Instagram scrolling, and then there it is. Some shit with
Hey, y'all see
Sexy
that
Red
video?
up in
Y'all
there.
see that
Don't listen
video of
to
the
me.
ballerina teacher crying because the little 5-year-olds was telling her to turn the ballerina music off and play Pound Town?
That's why she need to get assassinated. Oh boy, where that boy? I need to go get.
Homegirl was in tears. Like she was coming out fiery, and then like when she was saying what she was saying, like it broke her down, bro. Like, and
So now, Penny, let me ask you a question. I know you don't have a daughter, so how would you feel if your 12-year-old daughter walked around the house singing "Pound Town" loud? In the house?
Again, that goes back to the parenting. What you talking about? Why
Bro,
are you allowing your daughter to listen
but
to this?
everything, hold on. Everything we talk about as far as the plight of our people is the fact that our households ain't unified.
Correct.
So we have
Correct.
to think like in a war mindset. That's psychological warfare. Like that
Right.
like so. I feel, bro. I wouldn't go so far as to say assassinate her. Maybe she just
Right.
she need to be gathered and isolated until whatever is. And if there's no coming back, then we can
Well,
talk about.
There's no coming
But
back.
hold on.
She is committing mass
So
genocide.
hold on.
She is
Hold on,
committing mass
Hold
genocide.
on, Javon.
Hold on, let me go
Javon.
next.
Hold on, let me get this real quick though. This is why I will say, shame on you a little bit. I see it from Penny. I see it from both angles, and this is where I'm finna tie it in at. Let me tie it in.
It's always both balance.
Yeah. The reason why I see it from both angles, Javon, and you was the person that told me this.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't give it your energy. And the reason why I say that's very important and pertinent in today's, right? People bring up that excuse and be like, oh, well, this is what everybody listen to. And that is true. Everybody do listen to it. And that's why she able to have the platform that she had. But if I hate to even say it right now because he had fell off the face of the planet, but Tekashi 6ix9ine had that same platform. Everywhere you look, yeah, sticky, yeah, all of that shit. Even when he snitched, everybody was mad, giving him that nigga, fuck him, he a snitch. And then it got to a point where niggas just started ignoring him, bro. Like,
Right.
they stopped feeding into it. You will see he'll put a video up. That shit went from getting hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah, but
to
the problem is
100,000.
Listen,
And
the
they
problem is,
slowly phased him out.
but here's the thing. What you're saying is true, but I would double down on that if we knew that we took our people through some type of rehab. If we was in a different state of being, that would be true. And it's like the reason that they get off of the Tekashi 6ix9ine bandwagon is because all the dummies that been following them done realize that ain't the way to go. So if that trend happens with this right here, everybody gonna have gonorrhea all over their mouth and all. What's her lipstick and shit called, bro?
Gonorrhea green. discharge yellow.
So it's the Disney effect. You put Miley Cyrus on Disney and you get all the girls young, and then as soon as she hit 13, 14, 15, whatever years, and then she start doing shit that's way beyond her time, and then it just, even if you do got good parenting, it's a conflict because you're teaching them something.
Well, but let's be real.
It just makes it harder.
This is the point that I'm trying to make that has always been out there. This ain't the first time we've heard music that has been explicit and that parents didn't want their kids or had a problem with their kids.
It's degrees to it. It's degrees to it. I think this is the first time we've had something so blatant because they dumbed us down, but then now the words that they're using is like.
But what I'm going to tell you though,
I agree with you. I just think technology got better. Like your iPhone.
Technology did. But
still,
what must continue to be consistent is, listen, you can overcome almost anything if you have a personal relationship with your child and you teach your child. If you allow that
but
shit
Penny, we
to
know Penny. Unfortunately, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. No.
I'm about to say, unfortunately, Penny, what you're saying is absolutely right, but that's not the reality for us. So until we can get it to a reality, that's not the best angle to take. That's all I'm trying to say.
I disagree because we have to get back to what we can control. I can't control what the world comes out with. They always gonna come out with some shit that, hey, I can't control.
So can I say
that.
Can I say this in agreement with you? Because bro, I'm sorry. What's your name with the black hat again?
See the Don.
Right next.
Carl.
See the Don. So
that's Carl.
She said this last. She mentioned this last episode about like some of these people gotta go, right? So I don't even think it's majority of us is even listening to that. I think it's so much of us that the rest of us that ain't in tune with that shit, we all do the same thing. We do what we got to do. We go home, we take care of our family. So it's a lot of us that you won't see out in the circus in comparison. You get what I'm saying? So I don't think it's so overwhelming that it's like an epidemic, but I do think if some of us that are made to bridge that gap want to do something to help bring the rest of us along, like that would be the first thing to take down, in my opinion. Because you can't be with your daughter, you can't be with your kids at all times. There's no way you're gonna be able to monitor everything. Right. And the slightest taste of anything you never know. You never know. I got a taste of my parents wouldn't let me get no parental advisory CDs. Boy, I got a taste of 3 6 Mafia one summer coming down here, boy. And I wish looking back, I wish I wouldn't have. You know, it was stuff
But what I can tell you is, listen, teaching your child to think and to understand exactly what those words are. That's the key, man. Yeah. You're not gonna be able to change what the world does. The world is always going to evolve.
But there's a lot of there's a lot of single moms out there. There's a lot of people that gotta work around the clock to make
they've got to rise to the occasion, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I challenge them.
That's hard for moms to do that, bro.
No, I didn't say it was easy.
Hey, wait.
I didn't say it was easy.
Issue your challenge to the nation right now. That's all you got to do.
That's the challenge. The challenge is I challenge these parents to rise to the occasion. Not everybody's in the same circumstance. Not everything. This challenge is not going to be easy for everyone. But the answer is not out here always just castigating everything. We know the world is going to come and go depending upon what makes the most money. We ain't never going to be able to combat that. But where our power is us rising to the occasion for our children. Whatever you got to do to reach your child and whatever you got to do to help your child be cognizant of the words and the thoughts that go into their bodies and their minds, that is where the power is. That's never not going to be the answer. And when we stop allowing these parents to be accountable for having a personal relationship with their kids, that's when we lose these kids.
Well said. I agree with Javon though, man. Your kids are outside your household. Unless you homeschool them, your kids are away from you a lot longer than they're
10 hours out the day, buddy.
I think you got to remember your child got to go to sleep.
I think it's cool how, like, no matter what standpoint we take, like, we ultimately are saying the same thing because if parents rise to the occasion, then the attention spans will be pulled away from the sexy reds, and it'll simultaneously just collapse it. So we're both saying the same thing, just from different standpoints. But that's how
Go
I
get
feel.
the sniper rifle, nigga. Forget that. Man. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, ready for war. Bro, ready for war.
Nigga, I got a daughter. Nigga, go ahead and get her.
Because
Yeah, but
once you kill her, there's gonna
I
be
used to
another
think like
entertainment.
that too. But if we crash out
Kill them
like that,
all.
listen. If we crash
You know
out like that,
stone them to death. That's what we need to do.
I think our attention is our greatest weapon, because we gotta face the reality. Like, even I got that warrior spirit too, but if we engage in that third dimensional type of warfare, picking up guns and doing that, like, we can't win that battle. Like that if that's the other side's specialty, if anything, or like, that's crazy. We gotta fight it a different type of way. We're spiritual beings. The word said it. The word said it. Huh?
Stone her ass to death, dude. Either stone her or hang her ass. You pick
This guy right here.
Damn, you pick it.
Bro, hey, bro want blood. He want blood. Go ahead, get the blood then, man. Go ahead.
I don't believe in the Bible, but there are certain principles that stand.
No, you take the ideas.
Correct. So the idea from the Bible of train your child up in the way that they should go, because when a child has their own time to think, wait a minute, what did my dad say? Well, let me think about this. Yeah, you know what? This is dumb. You know what? Me and my dad, me and my mom, me and my whoever relative, we talked about entertainment and allowing entertainment to entertain me for that portion, to where it's not harming me or harming anybody else. When it starts harming me or harming somebody else, I need to let that go. That's the type of accountability and parenting that I'm talking about.
But a lot of parents ain't never had that course of life. They don't have that understanding that you have, you know, the whole children raising children thing and all of that, you know. They don't have the discernment or level of, so I don't know, like, we gotta find some way to get it to them where they understand on their level, because it will never get across like that if we were concerned at all. Because I know you're like,
but that's the point. There are some things in life, bro, that's just blatantly hard that you can't override, man. You cannot.
Yeah. Right.
You can't override that.
Like, right.
And so the challenge is for parents, for the adults who can make the change. What can you do in your life to make that change? And that doesn't mean that it has to be an immediate change today. Maybe you need to make a series of changes to be there and to hold your child accountable, which will strengthen your relationship. That's the only way. If not, you're right. These kids finna be for the streets, and they finna be for whatever comes and whatever goes.
Well said.
Speaking of kids, what y'all feel about that Amon Ra? I don't know. St. Thomas, Amon Ra, St. Brown dad.
He's right.
Yeah, he up there on that dumbass podcast talking about something.
He need to go get a black woman.
Why he didn't get one? So this is why I say he was on the podcast. So let me get this out the way. He on the podcast.
What happened, man? What happened?
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you. So he on the podcast with some dude or whatever, another quarter breed. He not really mixed. He like a quarter, but and he up there talking about kids and building athletes, and they talking about women. And they was like, "Oh, how did you find your woman?" He was like, "Yeah, man, I had to get me an athlete, man, because you know I was athletic, so we got to keep the genes going, you know." And then he was like, "What are you?" He was like, "You mix?" He was like, "Yeah, man, you can't keep cutting the dope, like." Because that's what he was saying. He was like, "Oh, my kid is mixed, right?" And he was telling them that, "Hey, man, they got to get a black woman because you don't want to keep cutting the dope." And
like, I know what I did, but y'all was supposed to fix this. Oh shit!
But it's like in my head, if you were just so worried about your dope being the purest, why you ain't find a black athlete woman? Because OBJ mama ran track.
He had
Odell Beckham Sr. said, "Hey, I'm gonna just."
He had to get what he can take. He had to take what he can get, man.
Well, he was a bodybuilder.
What the fuck?
He was a
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just throwing shit out there.
Nah, he had snow bunny fever. You were just horny for a snow bunny, like every nigga.
But at the end of the day, though, you can't expect your kids to do
And
something
now he's trying to
different
fix his
than they
mistakes
look
through his sons.
Oh no, his kids go emulate what he did. Patrick Mahomes got a white woman
Right.
just like his daddy did because he looks
Right.
up to his daddy. So I mean, you
So
go.
are you saying Patrick Mahomes' daughter's going to get a black man?
It's a possibility.
It's 50-50.
If he's a dude that shows the
But she a white girl.
but what I'm saying is if he shows her that unconditional love of you know just being that whatever in her life, she's gonna probably go get a biracial boy or a black dude because the first male in her life was a black dude. Depending on how Patrick Mahomes Sr. Jr. treat her, I probably will, bro, because you're gonna emulate whatever you see your parents doing. Them the people you look up. Them is your first initial influences. So you gon' do whatever they do. Like, so you can't just be like, because this is why I say my uncle Carl a fuck nigga, but he told my mama this one time. I remember that. I think it was in his bag when he said this. My mom used to smoke weed all the time in the house too.
Yep, I remember.
Used to say shit like, "Oh, if I ever catch you smoking, I'm gonna beat your ass." She always used to say that. My uncle Carl said this. He said, "Now, Janice, you know better." He said just like this, like you know better. He said, "You smoke in this house every day, and now you telling him not to smoke." He said, "That's like me running outside with my dog. I jump a fence and then tell my dog, don't jump the fence." like
That's real.
like that's like, you know, like come on, like this was a given. Like this was a given that the dog was for the jump. We're out running from the house, and I jump a fence. It'd be like, "Hey, don't jump the fence with me." Like
That's a real point of view, but I don't. I'm black. Obviously, I'm born into a black black family. But what I will say is a thing that sets me apart from lots of other people is I'm a dynamic person. And so what I know is for me, and this is something I've dealt with my whole life, I always tell myself and I will teach my child, get with a woman who will allow you and enable you to be your authentic self, to where you don't have to fall into some type of category in order to be like what they want you to be like. And I don't give a fuck what ethnicity they belong to. This is part of the problem where people are giving themselves mental health disorders and they have these different gifts and they're different people deep down inside, but they keep trying to meet the need or fall into a category of what people say that they are, instead of just recognizing, look, the odds of you being able to find someone that's going to enable you or empower you to be whoever your fullest self is, the odds are that it's not going to be, especially if you're a black person, it might not be that black person. Because in order for us to have survived as a black race or group, we've had to have a code to go by. And along that way, people haven't adapted to, hey, okay, this is your thought process of what you think a man could be. But guess what? That is not something that is consistent, that couldn't have changed throughout time. And so I refuse to allow myself to be watered down just so you're happy with, oh, well, he's with the black woman, so everything is okay.
Let me ask the question. Umar asked you.
Go ahead.
Did you try every black woman in the world?
That's exactly what I was gonna ask. Like, 'cause it's easy for you to hear somebody say that, and then when you got the opportunity just to hop into the pool because you already got this stereotype. Because I think you attract what you are. You know what I mean? It don't really matter. Like, you know, you attract what you are, and sometimes you gotta. How can I put this? Sometimes you gotta mold a woman to do what you got to do, you know, like especially having an understanding of where we coming from. It's like giving up in a way. Now, I'm not saying be a fool and tolerate shit, but I'm saying it's not realistic just to expect the perfect, like, you know what I mean? We're not coming from perfect situations. So ultimately, I think you attract what you are. So I just want to, not saying anything towards you, but in general, Is this after I would see a brother that ended up outside of his race after he said, bro, I done tried. I had like 6 girlfriends. They all did me this way. And this one just came to me, so I went with it. Other than somebody just starting fresh and they already got their eyes set on that because they've been told and programmed that's the way to go because these group of people ain't it. Like,
well, I don't believe in a group of people. Like I stated, notice that I didn't put one ethnicity above another. I stated, hey, choose.
Well, you said I'm not gonna suffer just so I can say I'm with a black woman. So you did
absolutely.
So that's
because
that's what I'm pertaining this to.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I'm not putting if there's a, like, for instance, I was recently I was watching, what is that called? Love at First Sight or whatever on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that AD woman, hey, she is for me. Send her my way. But the reality of it is that there are not many ADs everywhere. I don't know if y'all watch that. So I'm not saying I don't teach myself this, and I would definitely never set my son up for this.
Candace
Choose
Owens,
a person, a woman.
Yeah, you did start with that. You did say that.
Choose
You
a
said
woman
the best person that makes you
for you.
Yeah, you did say that.
What you got, Carl?
Yeah, y'all niggas need to leave them black women alone, and them white women. We done ran white woman out the roof. We need to get on them Asian women. The Asian woman is the new
The black woman is the original Asian woman. Who is a black woman? We got to get tribal with this, man.
Like, I know, but we need to go to Asian women.
You talking about the ones, the Indian ones, the native ones? You talking about the ones over there in Africa? Like, which ones we talking about now? The ones from New Orleans, Maryland, they all different.
The ones that's
they
over
all
there in
different,
Africa.
Man. Like the Alabama ones, way different from the Florida ones, Texas, Oklahoma, the West Coast.
No,
Sacramento, New York, boy, how can we? New York, Detroit too. Them girls, Detroit.
Listen, I'm talking about the Asian woman that has the families that's related to the ones that own the most real estate, because the Asians got the most real estate in America. Niggas,
oh my gosh!
They penis
so
up in them.
Ultimately, everybody mates for different reasons, bro. Because my boy could have just
I
did
feel
that.
I feel like black people mate just to mate, and Carl is saying we should mate with some strategy.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Yeah. White woman. Leave the white woman alone. Let's go get them Asians that own that real estate. The ones that fathers that hate us. Yeah, why we stop? Not leave them Asian women, leave the white woman alone. We got to go get them Asians and go get them pregnant and do them just how we did them white women, nigga. You run them out.
But here's what I'm saying. Hey, see this what I'm saying though. If we dive a little deeper, we may discover that there are actually melanated Asians over there that just get downtrodden and you won't see in their media, just like in America. If listen, and they in Asia, they look at America, they gonna see Ken and Barbie. But so
I ain't trying to go that deep. You're right. I ain't trying to go that deep. I'm supporting you.
I'm supporting your campaign.
But I'm talking about the nigga that don't read, because they're gonna look back at this. The niggas that don't read, they need to go start messing with them Asians. Because I tell niggas this all the time: a black man's two strongest powers is his mind and his penis.
Lord Jesus.
Mind and his penis. He'll be unstoppable. He'll be unstoppable. A black man's mind and his penis is two of his most powerful tools that he could ever use.
They need to unite, eh?
They need to put them together, man. You know how bad a nigga would be with a nigga with some good dick and a smart mind that can read. Oh, that nigga be bad.
Oh my God.
Boy, the white man wouldn't know what to do with us.
Ignorance at its finest.
Man, a physical, smart, good man, dick slinging nigga. You ain't gonna what, nigga?
Okay, P. Diddy, calm down, P. Diddy.
See, look, why you gotta say things gay?
You brought it up.
Listen, Penny, we worried about you. We worried about you. First of all, you was the one that gave the most compliments with my shirt being off and the other podcast.
Oh my, here we go with these lies again.
How you bringing up P. Diddy? Is there something you want to tell us, man?
Here we go with these lies again.
You want to tell us? It's okay to be open. This podcast is for everybody.
This guy.
Transgenders, gays, non-binary. It's for everybody, bro. It's for everybody. We need. Would you like to support that group on our podcast, bro? What world did you do?
All right, shit.
It's all
See,
love.
I ain't know all that been going on.
Yeah, I ain't know
You
all
tell
that
me
shit.
all
That boy
man.
came
That
out
was
strong.
put in the
I ain't
contract,
gonna say
man.
all of that. You know, I gotta
I
be
ain't know
quiet
about
because I know
that.
YouTube be hating, but shit.
Hey, I was with you up until the
That boy came out strong with the T word. I was like, shit, that shit
yeah.
that shit hurt.
Any
When
like
people be saying when people say the T word, I'm like, fuck, God.
the Transformers, I
Ow.
should say. The
That
Transformers.
shit hurt.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Get them, internet.
They was really telling us something. That's crazy. Movies like the foresight with movies, dog. They was just telling you, like,
Yeah, they told you.
a
The
lot of
internet ain't finna get me. I didn't say nothing about
Get them, internet.
I said,
Autobots and Decepticons. I ain't
But
saying
that's the
nothing.
whole
I'm
point
talking
about. Hey, that's the whole point
They
about.
more
the
than meets
I'm
the
just
eye.
saying, if you would like to be the representation of this podcast, bro, it's yours. We could use that. That would give us more views, everything, man.
But hey, like an old person told me, all money ain't good money.
This is
I like
the
that.
man that took his shirt off and willfully started talking about a penis being the strongest tool is trying to turn it around on me.
I said
It's
one of
not-
our tools.
It's not though.
Hey, next topic, man.
Yeah.
This
Too
guy
much
right
male
here.
bonding.
What is
going
crazy though? It's funny that he says that because a lot of black men do feel like a penis is our best tool.
I didn't say no.
You said it was second behind the mind.
He said.
It brings me
mine
to my
didn't
point
penis.
though.
Exactly. I said you said second behind the mind.
But a lot of black men think that it's the best tool though, Javon. And what was so crazy?
Mine.
It was
That's
a
his
song
Lord
by
nature
Kendrick.
shit.
It was a song by Kendrick Lamar. I think that shit came out like 10, 12 years ago, some shit like that. Where he was talking about all the demographics of people in the world. He was like, "Oh, what did the Asians say? A peace of mind. That's what the Asians said. I needed divine intervention." And he was just talking about his religion, him believing in Buddha, me believing in God. And then he talked about the Indian. He said, "What did the Indians say? A piece of land. That's what the Indians said. I needed demand." And then he was telling about longevity is all in the dirt. Buy some property first. And then he went to the black man. What did the black man say? A piece of pussy. That's what the black man said. I needed to push me to the limit. And he was just saying, do it all for. He said, nigga, come back to reality for a week. Pussy is power. Fuck on a new chick every night. I wouldn't be proud. And then he said, what did the white man say? A piece of mind. That's what the white man said. I needed to rhyme. Telling me that he's selling me just for $10.99. I do the company. He said, I go platinum, and he said I make $1 million. It's just, y'all really should watch that shit. And it's crazy that this shit came out like 10 to 15 years ago. And it's like a lot of the shit that you be hearing, dog, it's like, it is why you see the structure of it, where if you see everybody, and that's why if you look at the black culture, we over sexualize because, like,
Right.
the brain is more powerful, but we only rely on our genitalias, whether that's the women shaking their ass or niggas walking around with their shirt. Niggas do the same shit, wear tight clothes, revealing clothes. We do it all for the bitches, like regardless. Like a nigga will make a joke about you right now. If he know you don't get bitches, we were just watching the show like Guess the Virgin or some shit. Not we, but I was watching the show that was like Guess the Virgin. When it got to the dude, where they were talking about the dudes, now we talking about the dudes. Where they found out one of the dudes looked like a virgin. It was a cool dude. Like, I wasn't even like bought because he's just like a cool dude. But it's like once they found out he was the virgin, like, well, they was just on him.
They was gassing his head up, huh?
Yeah, like, oh my god, well, you ain't getting that laughing, like, boy, you ain't getting no pussy, like, damn, bro, like, just making them feel bad. Like, I ain't gonna say they was making them feel bad, but in my head, the jokes, how they was joking on him was like, it wasn't in support of him being. To me, that's like you have the discipline to not give it until you find it. That's what he said. That's like, I ain't found the right one. It's like,
how old was he?
21. But in my head, I'm like, what's wrong with that? Like,
correct.
If he felt like he hasn't found the right one, why are we shown in him or ridiculing him for something what he feels is important. Because now that we realize there's a lot of the guys that do have sex, Penny, Jimmy, Javon, a lot of the times we realize a lot of these bitches we have sex with, it wasn't even worth it. Like, bro, like shit. Some of these hoes like
Facts.
shit, bro. Like it ain't even worth it. So little buddy practicing some type of self-discipline to where he feel like this girl is the right one to do it with. I feel like we should applaud that, especially in the time to where people just be like, hey, bro, you need to get you some pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't know. I look at it a little differently now because I used to be one of them people. Like, I joke with them, like, oh, bro, y'all boys don't like no girls.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But at the end of the day, though, sometimes you do need to, like, if these kids like building computers or whatever, and they not fucking off of girls and smoking weed, I feel like shit, bro. It's like y'all different. I ain't finna joke on you about this because this is something.
You gotta protect them at all costs, like you protect their food running around.
So I do feel like us as a culture, like, do have to shift from that. It don't always have to be about sex or like
just
like Carl. Like for instance, that shouldn't even be the second most powerful tool.
Correct.
Like
that's the point.
Like even what Javon said, that should be like the last tool. Like you like sex is.
So what's the second powerful tool then?
Your brain, your physical. I'll probably say your hands, bro. Your heart, like your will as a man, your brain and willpower to persevere through shit. Like those would be two things I feel like as a man you definitely should have that, bro. Like intellectual and a street thinking capacity, as well as being able to overcome. I ain't gonna say every adverse situation, but a multitude of adverse situations. You have to have the I don't know fortitude. What you would call fortitude to be able to overcome and provide those proper solutions to lead a family, lead a classroom, lead.
Or at the least enable you to be able to have a plan to get to that, because all the answers aren't within us, but it can be within a group of us. So when I make the statements that I make about it being an individual and people just go back to, oh, you're talking about a group. See, this is what I mean by deductive reasoning and understanding context. But in order to get to that higher level of thought processes, there's got to be a sacrifice. And know that no one is exempt. If you are unwilling to be able to see me for all of who I am, then you can get left behind. And know that. I don't care who you are.
No, hey, any closing words, man? This has been another episode, man.
Man, just go buy hookers, man. I talk hard this nonsense.
Trump 2024, man. We gonna be back. We almost up again. We almost in office again.
Oh my God.
We go to the strip club.